Hi there. Good evening, everyone. I think that everything should be good. My recording program is telling me my microphone is unmuted, but there's no input. Yet I'm seeing input. So let me hear your input, I suppose. But good evening. Welcome. Welcome to night 3 of the Hinata Swordmaster solo run. Last time, huge session. Found 2 sunrise katanas right at the very start of the stream. Hold on, I gotta pause my story for a second here. Will my Irish 5GB data last until getting home? Essex? I sure hope so. At the very least, a most cordial welcome to the stream. I hope it holds out. I really do. I hope it does. But yes, we found 2 copies of the Sunrise Katana last stream, right at the very start of the gameplay, which was absolutely huge, massive, instrumental for beating Chapter 11, beating Chapter 12 with incredible ease, actually, and Chapter 10 as well. Can't forget about the Ninja Forest. Time to Hinata Max again? Absolutely. Good evening, Luca. Good to have you. Exactly, time to Hinata Max again. As is, of course, very apt, we start at the Hinata statue as well. This is where we always start off. It doesn't even select the Aoi statue, it just selects the Hinata statue. The game knows. Hinata! Good evening, Carvel. Good evening. Absolutely, Hinata. We are so ready. Which impossible boss will we take down? Well, Essex, tonight, on the menu, we are starting with Chapter 13, Another Hope, which I think Fire Emblem Fates fans will know exactly what that means for Birthright, unfortunately. To not keep any of you in the dark, that means Camilla. We will be beating up Camilla tonight. And that will be the first time we encounter Camilla. It will also be the most suggestive time we encounter Camilla, shall I say. Found Setsun as Yumi. Holy shit, Saizo? Saizo's got peaches, W? The goat. Hold on. The goat has something for us. Last time, he found a sunrise katana. The first time he picked something up, he found a hoe. What could he possibly find this time? He found rice. W rice. Rice is unironically a really good foodstuff. That's awesome. Yummy! Good evening. Hello. You're just in time for Hinata finding rice on the ground and giving it to us. W rice. No, rice is good. I think I've pointed this out before, but if you bake rice into a dish, you get a defense buffing dish, which is obviously good. It's a good combination, especially together with fish or with beans, which we will be able to combine once we get the mess hall to level 2, which is going to be a few chapters from now, but soon. Trust. Okay, Tsubaki time. I'm actually not sure if you can invite the people that don't have hearts next to them, but... Actually, I think you can, but it doesn't really get you anything. Yeah, like you don't get the support buff. So it's just nice visuals, I suppose. We could invite Hinata every single time, and honestly, I'd be down for that. But you know, we gotta think about the supports as well. Speaking of, we have most of Hinata's supports figured out. We have an A+ support with Takumi at this time, so Hinata can freely reclass into a Sniper or a Kinshi Knight at any time. Holy shit, Azama beans. This is a callback to the first run, it has to be. Azama gave us a handful of beans to celebrate the start of Chapter 13. Okay, we do not trust Kaze with anything, but Saizo? Oh, Saizo, we trust this man with our lives. Saizo, I trust you with my very valuable pearl. Go get him. Against a samurai, this is the easiest matchup of his life. Yeah, miss. Nice. Beautiful. W. Okay, perfect. Saizo always reliable. Hinata during private quarters for some reason. Touch grass, idiot. We should try training outside sometime. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, look at this My Castle area and tell me you wouldn't want to go outside in this area. With all the cherry blossom trees and such. Nah, I would love to go outside in this environment. Okay, Lilith is getting Daikon. Because she always gets Daikon. Go on, eat your eternal Daikon. Get more resistance. Do it. Eventually she will get more stats than just resistance. Yeah, exactly. There you go. No gold bars just yet, but that's fine. We'll be swimming in money before long, because we're going to be getting a lot of seals that are going to be dropping. And frankly, most of them we won't need. Like, as soon as we get a Master Seal, we can sell that off, because we're not using any Master Seals anymore. We currently have Aoi as a Berserker, so already promoted class. And of course, Hinata, as I also put on the thumbnail now, is a Swordmaster. Level 4 Swordmaster. We might want to start looking into skills to get him. At level 5, I believe he gets Astra, which is a really good skill to get, obviously. It's going to massively skyrocket his usefulness, even further, actually. So yeah, that's pretty hype. There's some low-hanging fruit that we can get. I'm decently sure that Quick Draw from the Archer class should be pretty useful at some point, if we feel like we might need the extra damage output. But honestly, so far, I haven't really felt that yet, so I think we're probably good for a while to come. But, I mean, what are our financial... Okay, 7,000 gold. I mean, that's looking pretty good. And we still have 3 gold bars, apparently. So that's up to 8,000. And like I said, we have 2 Master Seals that we don't really need, so we can sell those for 1,000 gold again. The Arm Scroll, though, the Arm Scroll... I kind of forgot we had that, not gonna lie. But there's a very cool thing we can do with that. And that is just... give Hinata S-rank swords. There it is. So now Hinata has the max rank in swords, which means he can use every single sword in the game. And also, I believe that the S-rank weapon ranks give you extra... They give you extra dodge and crits, I think. Either one. So, huge development. And it's just that easy. We don't have to distribute the weapon ranks to anyone else. So, easy enough. Astra plus Quick Draw is a really good combo. It's true. If you manage to get the Astra, yeah, it's great. I mean, it's +3 raw damage on every hit when you initiate combat, but for now, Hinata's just critting and getting wild. We don't need Quick Draw yet. That's true. That's true. If we ever feel like we need the Quick Draw, it's pretty low-hanging fruit. We will get it eventually, I think, especially if we happen to want, for example, Certain Blow from Sniper, or anything else. Air Superiority from Kinshinai would be nice to get, but yeah, we shall see. Actually, I think if you go Kinshinai, you get the base classes from Pegasus Knight first. Well, doesn't really matter. We can look into that later. Can Hinata use Ryoma's sword too? Oh, the Raijinto. The Raijinto. Well, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? That'd be cool. And the Hagakure Blade is in, like... Oh, the Hagakure Blade is chapter 26 off the top of my head. It's the staircase map with Iago, which is like the penultimate map, I think, in Birthright. So, well, not the penultimate, actually, but... No, there's the Xander map after that, I suppose. But it is very late to the game. Very late to the game. 25 or 26, I think. But okay, let's see. So did we actually get anything, like, passively? Well, we got a challenge, I suppose, in Mokushu Forest, but those are not really useful unless we want to grind weapon or support ranks. So we're going to abstain from most of those, just preemptively. You get the archer skills from Kinshi? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's good. Then either way, we're going to get Quick Draw at some point, if we want to opt, again, for Certain Blow or Air Superiority or any such skill that we need from Kinshi Knight / Sniper. So that's going to be useful. That's good, actually, because I don't really know that Pegasus Knight has a lot of useful skills that we might need on Hinata. I mean, they have Camaraderie, which I guess is like passive healing, but you need like a whole second unit for that on the map, and we kind of don't have that at the moment. Oni Chieftain gives Death Blow. That's true. See, what we can do is a very fun combination of like blow skills, where eventually we'll have Duelist's Blow from Samurai, we'll have Certain Blow from Sniper, and we can do Death Blow from Oni Chieftain. There's a lot of options, especially with Hinata's moveset, where he natively reclasses into an Oni Savage with a Heart Seal. So there's a lot of potential there. There absolutely is. If we feel like we need that at some point, which honestly, it might just be really fun to just do that at some point, then we could certainly go for that. But for the time being, we're going into the mid-game now. And the mid-game is, well, my definition of the mid-game is pretty long. It's anywhere between 13 and 18 to 19 when the maps really start ramping up in difficulty. But, well, we have this chapter to get through. And if any of you watched the original Hinata solo run, then you will know I skipped through this initial cutscene. And to be completely honest, I think I will do it again. However, I think we will get jump scared by like one frame of Camilla's legs. Not going to lie. Yeah, there it is. For I think for everyone's sanity, we will not be showing that off on stream here tonight. Hey, Camilla, how you doing? Yeah, we're gonna take her out like ASAP. We are not gonna watch that cutscene, and we are in fact going to gun straight for her wyvern and kill her off. Well, not quite yet. We have to face her once more, but let's see. So we have another hope, and this map is not really that bad, to be completely honest. The main part that's difficult about this map is trying to get all the houses, to visit all the houses. Ideally, we want to get all of the houses here. We want to get all of the rewards. One, because there's money in it, and two, I believe there's some stat boosters. Or at least one. I know there's magic dust, I think, which is not really useful, but, well, it is what it is. Or spirit dust, sorry. Spirit dust for magic. Now, the thing here is that, obviously, in the original Hinata solo run, by this point, Hinata was a master ninja. So, all of these wyverns that you see here, including also Hans is here, by the way, hey Hans, as a mini-boss, Baruka, Camilla, the two primary bosses, main antagonists on this map, are green units. And I don't mean that in the way of, you know, third party, but axe units. So they had the weapon triangle advantage against Ninja Hinata, but now with Swordmaster, this map should be an absolute breeze. But, this is no time to get complacent, of course, since there are still things that could go very wrong on this map. They also have the generals blocking off the bridges now, with 25 defense. So, I'm not gonna count my chickens before they've hatched. We have a few Dragon Veins here. The Dragon Veins here are like, they're whatever. They cast lightning bolts, I think, that drop units to 1 HP, but it's honestly negligible, especially since we have Hinata with such a good build already. But, that being said, we don't really need any tonics on Hinata at this point in time, I don't think. We've kind of passed the point where we need to really buff Hinata up with everything we have in our convoy, so that's great. And yeah, we're just gonna see how he does organically, to be completely honest. But enough rambling. Let's get going. Route the enemy, as per usual.
Here I am.
Let's get going. We pair up as soon as I figure out the menu. And I think that for the most part, what we want to try to do is take out, I believe there's one specific outlaw that goes for the houses, and I believe it's this one, so let's just take him out. He has some gold as well, so... That is one down. If we kill 13 more of these little guys, then we will get a level and we will get Hastra, I believe. I am going to try to get all of the houses. Yes. I will absolutely try to get all of the houses, because I want all of the loot that's in these houses. And I believe most of it is really good loot as well. And they're actually really partial. Yeah, there's the spirit dust I was talking about. This is not useful for Hinata per se, but I guess it gives him +2 magic, so it's nice to stat pad, but yeah. In practice, not really useful. And I believe that aside from that one outlaw that we just killed in one hit, no one actively goes for the houses. Typically, it's always outlaws. There you go. It's always outlaws that go for the houses, that go for the lootable items. So now we can kind of just wait it out, I think. Let's see. Yeah, we can honestly just stand here. W Village Girl, fantastic design, by the way. Probably one of the best, if not the best, Village Girl designs in Fire Emblem. She has a gift for the new guy, so there's an actual useful stat booster. There's a talisman that gives Hinata +2 res. God knows we're gonna need res. Magicless Hinata, unfortunately, but, well, maybe in a future run, who knows. Okay, so confirmed? Well, confirmed to some degree, there is a crit boost. I think it's just inherent to the Swordmaster class, though. Hinata does have 15 crit, which I believe in that case the... Let's get wild! What a fantastic start. Already popping off with the best crit quote, with the most iconic crit quote. I believe the S-rank sword mastery, I suppose. Oh, that's it. I can't even... Literally cannot even finish a full sentence. There's the second crit of the night. Beautiful. The Astrike Sword Mastery, again, it probably gives dodge. I have to imagine it gives dodge. Or avoid, I suppose. Dodge is crit dodge in this game, so avoid. We should have a crit counter. If I have to keep up with a crit counter, oh, this is going to be a long run, buddy. Because there's going to be a lot of crits, I can tell you that. Once we get Astra, there's going to be so many crits in here. I'm decently certain we get access to a killing edge at some point as well. So if we ever get that, yeah, it's over. It's over for the entirety of Nor. Take a sip of water every time Hinata crits. I can do that. I have a glass of water and I have a flask, but I'm not certain if I'm going to make it through all the 3 hours from now, if I do that. No, he is significantly cooling down on the crits now, so that's good. 5 more kills and we'll get Astra. So again, there's no real downside to just kind of going here. Like, the sooner we get Astra and the sooner we can get up to those houses, the better. Four more. So after this enemy phase, we will have Astra. And that's when things really start snowballing. Once you're able to chain Astra into other things, I'm thinking chaining Astra into Soul, for example. Actually, I'm not sure if that's possible. I think it's possible, but I know that it's possible to get crits during Astra, at the very least. So we're going to be seeing a lot more popping off from Hinata, so to speak. Mags is streaming, but I couldn't ignore my oomphy. Rar. Rar, my beloved. Good evening, mate. Good evening. How's it going? Over here, we're doing great. We're doing great. We're on to Camilla's chapter. Camilla's first chapter. And I mean, it's going to be a breeze. I've said before that the original Hinata solo run, this chapter was a lot more dire because of Hinata Ninja. Okay, more luck, more skill. Skill is actually one of Hinata's lesser points, would you believe it? So it's great that he gets more of that. Resistance as well, we're really just patching up his weak spots and then just getting more luck, because he loves luck. And there's Astra. So now, things are going to go into overdrive. Hopefully. It is very possible. This is also why we need more skill. We need more skill to trigger Astra. Astra is a skill-based skill trigger, I suppose, if that makes sense. But Astra Nata is here. And it's going to be glorious. Okay, so now those guys are moving, so that makes me wonder if they're going to go for the houses. I think there is a possibility that they do. In which case, I will move further to the right. Okay. So he did in fact take one of the houses. I think that's fine. I think that's okay. I'm not sure whether there was anything useful in that house. I believe there's a weapon. Okay, we're now getting to the promoted enemies on this map as well. And we're seeing this beautiful 8 damage, 0 hit, 0 crit. And that's all you really need. 19 EXP though, so that's good. Those are good gains, all things considered. Right, so they both have 3,000 gold. They didn't actually go for any of the... One of them went for a house, the other one didn't. So that means we do lose out on one item on this map. But it's okay. I think I just hit the wrong archer as well, the wrong outlaw. No, that's fine. That just blocks his path going down. So honestly, that works. There we go. One more. Astra Parasol? I should have brought the Parasol, you're so right. Okay, a Steel Club. That's nice. I'm not going to use it, but that's nice. So once we take out this outlaw, then there will be no risk for any of the other houses on the map. Yeah, Camilla 2 will be considerably harder than Camilla 1, that's for certain. But for the time being, we are chilling in Camilla 1. Yes. Spent some time in Hoshido, of course he did, why wouldn't he? Wayne Festal, so yeah, that is also just not really useful, obviously, since Aoi can't use staves, and Hinata certainly can't, so... But yeah, this stage in the game, the early to mid-game, once we promote Hinata, you're going to notice that things are just not going to be hitting anymore. In fact, I'm pretty confident that I can just take on Hans just like that. I don't think he's going to do much, to be honest. 17 crit, we have 26 luck, so that is a 0% crit rate on Hans. So, honestly, let's just stand here with the Sunrise Katana and lock in. Like, we have a guard stance as well. This is again the easiest matchup of Hinata's life.
I've always wanted a trophy. Now I think I'll keep your head in a jar.
That's not gonna happen, bud. We're gonna keep his bald ass in a jar. Look at this. Astra, let's get wild. Bada bing, bada boom. It is really just that easy. I forgot Gamble. Gamble is fine. It doesn't even matter. It literally doesn't even matter. If you have 100% crit but you have a 0% hit rate, you're never going to hit regardless. And with the Sunrise Katana, we can guarantee 0% hit rates. It's great. And honestly, I think I'm just going to keep doing that. There's going to be some regular Wyvern Riders here, which, yeah, these are like the least threatening enemies in the game currently. Especially since they have steel axes, which even further debuff their hit rate, not going to lie. Okay, there's Camilla. So we baited her out early, which honestly is pretty useful. It's much easier to get her once before all the enemies start, you know, rushing towards you. But this is going to be a rough awakening for Camilla, I think, as soon as we dodge this. So Ragnarok, 31%, easy as that. Now no one else actually moves, even though Camilla has started moving. All of these units, I believe, are static until you get into their range. So it's a little obnoxious given it is a route map, but at the same time, like, look at this and tell me this isn't like the easiest shit ever. In fact, Hinata, pop a crit. Yeah, we're doing it on command now. We're doing it on command. It's really just that simple. But alright, there it is, level 6 Hinata. More luck, more defense. It's great, it's great. Defense we will certainly need in the Swordmaster class, so... That was clip-worthy? I hope so. This is becoming a short. People are calling it out, man. It might be, it might be. Honestly, I'm starting to do the shorts now. I mean, you've seen it, I think. Okay, now the enemies start moving. Fortunately, the Armored Knights are going to take a hot minute to get here. So we can just chill at these last 2 houses and just see what's in here. Okay. 10,000 gold. Yeah, absolutely necessary, by the way, for this run. Because late game, we will want to buy some cool stuff. Okay, so there's a general. This means it is time to pull out the Armor Slayer, I think. The old Armor Slayer. Alright. Time to face our first retainers of this run. Well, after Xander's, of course. We've already beaten Perry and Laszlo. Time for Baruka and Selena, who are going to be even less threatening, believe it or not. But yeah, as I was saying, I've started doing the shorts now to promote the streams. But I don't really know what kind of format I want to give them. Like, for the first short, it was pretty easy to determine what clip should actually go in there. I'm thinking it'll just be like mini compilations of a few best moments, you know, not just one moment that was good. Do I have the Armor Slayer? I do have the Armor Slayer. Ha! Well, would you look at that? Maybe the generals won't be that much of an issue after all. This one's for you. It's... like, what can I even say by this point? What can I even say by this point? The lad is just absolutely popping off. You should compile the Ganon fight? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm currently looking at the short for the second stream we did, so last week's. And yeah, Garen is certainly going in there. Mostly because I think that was, unironically, the first time that I actually beat Garen in that chapter, in chapter 12. Which might sound crazy to some of you who have played this, who have, you know, played this game in, I suppose, in this format before me, and were actually able to take out Garen pretty feasibly. But, holy shit, a second OOF 776. Yo, welcome, welcome, bro, for a second time, I suppose. Okay, and then we're going to visit the last house, and now it's going to be really easy, because we just equip the Sunrise Katana, and that's going to be it. The Heart Seal. Okay, that's money. I believe we got the best stuff then. I think the house that is closest to Hans gives, like, a bow. Gives a bow or a sword, I think, off the top of my head. Okay, we gotta give some credit to Selena. As obnoxious as a character as she is, she does have 35% hit rate. And 5 damage, so who knows, we might take damage. Ha, never mind, what am I saying? No, it really isn't fair. She's right, actually. It really isn't fair. Like, it's one guy against like 40, but... Ooh, the practice katana, hold on. Practice katana, unironically a good weapon. Plus 5 speed, and it has 6 might. If we could forge this, that'd be really nice. That'd be extra crisp. I think we can buy one at a certain point, so we might be able to forge it. But let's see. They're kind of pelting us with javelins here, so... Low-key? Nah, not low-key. We keep the Sunrise Katana on, because the General's approaching, and I don't want him to have the advantage. Let's get wild! What is that, number 3 of the night? 3 Let's Get Wilds? Crazy, this guy's absolutely ludicrous. Like I said, this chapter is where everything starts snowballing. As soon as we get Astra, as soon as the Swordmaster crit rank kicks in, it's over. Okay, now, we are going to have to deal with a few ranged weapons here, which we can't do much about as long as they don't keep initiating at one range. But fortunately, we got Astra, and we got some stupid-ass enemies that want to attack at one range. Mainly because the rest of the spaces is blocked. Of course, this general is a bit of an issue. We want to get rid of this general as soon as possible, so I'm going to pull out the Armor Slayer again. And then from that point, I think it's just baiting out with the Kodachi, to be honest. Here we go. That should do it for the general, so that should eliminate the most, you know, threatening enemies on this map. Which threatening is, of course, relative. Threatening in this chapter is really just doing 8 damage. Which, it adds up, obviously. But, when every single enemy on the map, aside from the generals and Camilla, does 0 damage, or has 0% hit rate, yeah. Threatening is a very low bar to clear. But how are we all doing tonight? How's life going? We're in the final stretch of this map. And, obviously, it's not that much longer until we get to the actual mid-game. For me personally, it's not that long until I get to my summer holiday either. Green Oof 776. What does this mean? What does this mean? Hold on, I'm clicking your username. Does that do anything? It doesn't. Interesting. Channel activity. I guess not. I guess it doesn't tell me anything. Green Oof. Yo, oh shit, wait. No way. Wait, you're using... Did you become a member, Rar? No shot. You became a member? Well, it has to be because you can use the emotes. Rar, my goat, my beloved. Yeah, well, I know what a channel member is, I just didn't know it gave you a different colored name. So... W. Rar. W. Welcome to the members, I suppose. And also, good evening, Yura. Welcome to the stream. Okay, yeah, I mean, that is absolutely a thing you can do. I mean, currently, I have memberships activated. The thing is, with the memberships, it doesn't offer any additional bonuses aside from being able to use the emotes during streams, and I think in comments as well on my YouTube videos. With the obvious caveat being that, you know, the channel memberships are primarily used to actually get, what is it, early access to content, I think? I mean, it differs per creator. I have wanted to install something for it. For the time being, I have only done emotes. And I think I would have to look back at the perks that I installed. Was there like a special Discord role in there as well? I think that was in the perks at some point. But yeah, it's really a secondary thing that I have activated, and if you want to get it like Roar, then I absolutely encourage you to. It will definitely benefit me. It will enable me to do more things, I hope. Member only draft stream, could you imagine? It's just Roar drafting my entire club. Channel members exist, so random accounts called Soggy Nuggets or Edelgard fan give like 50 members. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Okay. But as we've been admiring Oof's new, Rar's new green username, the end of the chapter is in sight. This is the final enemy, and with one final slash, that is the end of chapter 13, Another Hope, which is a huge development, because after this chapter, once this chapter has terminated, which is right now, we get Scarlet, and we get Ryoma. We also have beaten Camilla, which is also pretty huge, I dare say. Of course, we don't care about the story anymore. We've seen it. We've all seen it a million times, and we love Fates for it. But what that means is, yeah, there he is. We have Ryoma. That is pretty huge. He has the Sun Festal. So I'm just gonna... Okay, I took everything away by accident, but actually... Let me... Hold on. Did we get... Yeah, Scarlet as well. There she goes. Okay, we have the Killer Axe. And we get access to new shops as well. We can upgrade the Rod shop and I believe the weaponry as well. So... It's gonna be absolutely huge. W new subscriber, hold on, that is also now popping up. Gumo Argent Dawn. If you're in the stream, thank you very much for subscribing, mate. If you're not, still thank you. You just won't get to hear it from my mouth, I suppose. Okay, yeah, we have Ryoma now. And well, let me give him back his right Jinto, because it doesn't really feel right on anyone else. We have Ryoma and Scarlet. Obviously, it doesn't really matter that we have Ryoma and Scarlet. We have the Killer Axe, I suppose, which is like nice if we ever get into... For example, if we get to Oni Chieftain, and we are able to use the Killer Axe at any point in time. But even if so, of course, we can't use it on any main story maps. So, that is the situation currently. That having been said, I think we just go around the castle and see what we can do now. Obviously, we can collect our quartz. We can not give an accessory to Kagero. Let me actually just zoom in, because I zoomed out for the last map, I never zoomed back in. We got beans, 3 hands full of beans for Setsuna, W. There's the goat. He's bored. We gotta invite him to the private quarters. Can we? We can't. Yikes. Is he in the arena? Never lucky. But Tsubaki is here. I trust Tsubaki. I trust Tsubaki with my rice, actually. Against the samurai, he's got this. He's got this. There we go. You bought Danganronpa for me, just for me not to play it. Look, I might play it at some point, right? I might play it at some point. Here's the thing. The concept of Danganronpa sounds agonizing to me. Not going to lie. Look, here's the thing, right? I get connected to characters very easily. And Danganronpa, deadass, all I've seen of it is that nearly the entire cast just gets killed off in the most brutal ways. And the prospect of me getting attached to a character and them dying horrifically, yeah, that's gonna suck ass. And I don't know if I'm down for that, to be completely honest. But I can be bribed. I can always be bribed. Let it be known. Yes, that's the best part. Be so for real. Okay, but obviously, what we can do is we can upgrade stuff. We can upgrade the Rod Shop, we can upgrade the Armory. So, I think we can honestly knock both of these out in one go, if we do one challenge map. Which will be pretty easy, because there is literally just a practice map right here. There's 2 of them, in fact. One at the Opera House, one in Mokushu Forest. Let's just play it safe and go for Mokushu Forest. We can also get a few more points of EXP, I suppose. I guess 11 points total, given there's 11 enemies on this map. Well, he's gonna get a bit more from the boss, I suppose, but... Panda! Goedenavond, and welcome. Let's see, so pair up, switch, bada bing, bada boom, and we'll just get a second Dragon Vein point, and we'll just build both shops. We'll just get them up to level 2 at the same time. We one-shot stuff with the Kodachi, which is great. Where are the sparkly spots? That's a good call. We might need to look out for the sparkly spots here. I think there's one right up by the chest, which if the enemies move, that's going to be rather tough to get to. There is one down there as well. It's very far out of the way, so don't love that personally. But we could try going there, I suppose. Personally, I would prefer not to backtrack like 5 turns just to get there, but you never know if it holds something useful, I suppose. This one lost cavalier in the Mokushu Forest. Kind of sad, actually. He's just infinitely riding around on his horse. Okay, well, I think I'm going to try going for the far one, if I can even get there, to be completely honest. But What is that? What is that sparkle emoji? That's a shooting star. That's not even a sparkle anymore. That's awesome. Yeah, but what I said before, we are getting close. Me, personally, I'm getting very close to my summer holiday. My summer holiday, it starts after next week. I will have 3 weeks of a summer break, which, honestly, I am so direly in need of that. It's not even funny. Business has been picking up, or at the very least my responsibilities at work have been picking up considerably. And doing all of this streaming and YouTube business aside of it, I love doing it, but it eats up a lot of time, granted. Okay, let's see. Let's take out this lone cavalier. Let's put him out of the misery. With this random-ass worm slayer. Am I going to invade Poland again? At the very tail end of my holiday, yes. I will be going to Poland for a few days. Most likely to the beach in Poland, believe it or not. With my girlfriend, yes. And her parents. And her sister. They'll all be there. At least that is the plan at this time. I am also coming to Ireland. That's true. It's a very broad schedule that we have this summer. It's going to be really, really cool, actually. It's going to be a really cool city trip, I hope. It also looks like... Okay, I think we can make it so that we get the sparkly spot. Because as long as we don't equip the Kodachi, we will never kill that outlaw. Astra, okay. Completely unnecessary, but style points. Yeah, Q-Trip. Q-Trip, absolutely. It's going to be a long one. I was about to say, if this guy has the mini bow, that'd be really funny, but he doesn't. So we can get the sparkly spot. But yeah, really big city trip it's going to be. I'm very excited. I'm still organizing the last few things, but we picked some really interesting spots, and it's going to be really picturesque, especially once we go to the mountains in Wales. Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous, I have to imagine. Okay, Hinata found something good. Amber. Okay, so this is... Unironically, I couldn't really tell you what that does, to be honest. I thought that was a Norian ore, but, you know, W Amber, actually. W Amber from Fire Emblem Engage, the best Engage unit. Yeah, exactly. And yet, Rar, they have passed over him in favor of putting Boucheron in Fire Emblem Heroes with the latest Fire Emblem Heroes banner. Deadass. They have the latest Fire Emblem Heroes banner, new Heroes banner. 2 Alliers. Male and female Allier. Boucheron and Jade. And where's Amber? Amber is dying in a ditch somewhere. Well, he's hugging alpacas somewhere, which is better, actually. But, Boucheron is preferred? Nah. Hell nah. Hell nah. Hell nah, Luca. Bamboo pole? Bamboo pole from your wife? Okay, it's not too shabby. Oh, there's Ryoma. I think this is a pretty easy win, not going to lie. Hold on, let me see what the quartz actually does. But, okay, the quartz is actually a Hoshiden ore. So I suppose... What is that used for? It's a sword... the axe... Like bow or magic, I guess. I guess magic? That's what I'm guessing. That's my best bet right now. But, okay. You just want Pondreo and Jean? Well, Pondreo is in the game. Pondreo is in Heroes. He's been for a while, actually. I don't really care about Amber in this run, I don't think. About the material, let it be known. The guy, love that guy. But I don't need it as a material. I think I want to get more fish for the later stages, actually. Ooh, hold on. Hold on. It's possible. This is still Ryoma we're talking about. He gets doubled, but it's fine. He 2-shots this master. Hell nah. Hell nah. Hell nah. We bill. We bill. You get 6% crit? We bill. We are getting our fish back. That is not happening, brother. That is not happening. That is possibly the worst Ryoma performance I've seen, and that is purely because he got crit. But yeah, we're not doing that. Give the Daikon. It's not gonna be fish tonight, Lilith. You're gonna get more. You're gonna get more Daikon tonight, Lilith. It's okay. Okay, but all of you are asking the 4% crit. How did it happen? have we already forgotten the 4% crit that Hinata got against Zola in Chapter 9? Anyway, gold bars from Lilith, so she's happy, even though we've been feeding her daikon for like 2 weeks straight. But okay, yeah, my fish would have been forfeit there. Those were not good vibes. Those were not good vibes. Well, well, well. Would you look at that? Ryoma. He's just arrived, and already he's coming by.
I'm glad you invited me here. I really needed a break.
This guy is so chill. Matt Mercer does such a good voice for him as well. Did you like my onigiri panda? Is that if that is the image that you sent in the server, panda? Then yes, absolutely. Great panda addition to the panda squad, I suppose. Let's see. Is there anything in the way of supports we can do? Well, there is the outstanding support between Hinata and Aoi. I suppose there is Tsubaki. Like if we ever feel bad and we want to give Aoi a wife, a husband. Sorry, I wish I could give her a wife. Alas, Fates is not that open-minded. Unless we get Rajat, which I guess we could do in this game, but we're not going to, obviously. Jacob is an option. Tsubaki is an option. Saizo is an option, and most likely the most likely candidate. But if I install... Yes, Luca, I know. If I install the Gay Fates mod, I could. I'm not going to. Okay, but like I said, we can upgrade both of the shops by this point. We can upgrade the Armory and the Rod Shop. Which, yeah, I think I will, because I've exhausted basically all of the good healing items from the Rod Shop. I immediately used up all of the concoctions that you could buy here. We are looking at a crisp 30,000 gold, by the way, so we will never run out. We deadass will never run out. Heart Seals could be useful. I think I actually will buy those. Partner Seals as well, like we will eventually need one. So I'm going to leave it for now. But that is a good thing to keep in mind. We now have 1 elixir stocked up, if we are ever in dire need, but we can buy infinite concoctions. And infinite concoctions, yeah, we're chilling. If we buy 10 concoctions, we are so good. That is 200 HP that we can heal.
Many thanks.
Many thanks to you, Silas. The one thing Shadows does right, a 100% Yuri couple, it's true. The first confirmed lesbian couple in Fire Emblem history, and it's the fuck-ass spin-off game with Among Us gameplay. It's insane. But okay, we can buy more Kodachis. So in theory, we could forge the Kodachi one more level, I think, if we have enough pearls. We can also buy a silver katana now, dual katana. There's the practice katana that I mentioned earlier. So, unironically, if we can forge this, I think it'll be 8 might, and it will give a +5 raw speed, on top of the 1 speed that the katana already gives. So I'm pretty sure that's 6 extra speed. Spirit katana is like whatever, it's effective against monsters, but I don't think we really need that, given that the only monsters we face in this game are Stoneborn, and there's the Faceless, obviously. Neither of them are really threatening by this point. But what I will do is I will just... Yeah, I'll buy a dual katana, because the dual katana is absolutely huge. I'll get an extra practice katana, see how that performs. And I think I'll buy the silver katana. And then aside from that, yeah, we don't really need anything else, I don't think. Yeah, Spirit Katana is hot ass. It's just been confirmed. And I trust Ra with my life when it comes to Fate stuff. So there we go.
Please.
No, we went from 30,000 gold to 8,000 gold. Which might sound bad. It's really not that bad. Okay, so... we can, in fact, forge... Well, we're definitely using the dual katana. I'm taking the Armor Slayer off. Because now, in fact, in essence, what we can do is we can always have the advantage against generals. And generals are the only armored class, aside from the Great Knights, obviously, that are armored, that have a weapon type advantage against Hinata. So if we reverse that weapon triangle advantage, we don't need the Armor Slayer against the generals and such. Have you seen the newest comic FE Shadows put out? Yeah, I saw that. Let's see. I can also give Hinata... I suppose I could give him... Well, let's forge the practice katana. Let's see what that looks like, actually. You go to the smithy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy! Hey, Kaden. How's it going, man? Let's see. Practice Katana. So I can, in fact, forge that. It will go up to 8 might. So honestly, 8 might is the same as, I think, the Iron Katana currently. So yeah, I think I will do that, in fact. Let's see. This is... I forgot what the Practice Katana actually looks like. I think it looks kind of shabby, but if anyone has a great suggestion for a name for the Practice Katana, which in the meantime I'm going to look up what the Practice Katana even looks like in this game. Let's see. Practice Katana FE Fates. Okay, yikes. The wiki has Hana wielding it. L. But it just looks like a big butter knife, to be completely honest. Like, if you look up the Practice Katana, the handle just looks like a butter knife. So that's pretty huge information. Surely we can do something with that. What if we just called it the butter knife, though? What if we called it the butter knife? No, we gotta be able to come up with something better than that. Hisamaru Jr.? Unironically? Unironically. I mean, is this not just better Hisamaru, to be honest? Pickle Sword. I am not calling it Pickle Sword, buddy. I am not calling the Practice Katana +1 Pickle Sword. Let's call it... You know what? We can call it Hisamaru Mark II, surely. Let's go for Hisamaru... Let's see. And then it's just MK... This is how it goes, right? MK2. There we go. Okay, here we go.
Come back soon, you hear?
Hisame is crying in his grave? I'm sure he is. Well, he's not dead yet. I think he's going to die eventually. Because as we've seen in the original Hinata solo run, getting to that guy on Lunatic is nigh impossible. Yeah, I mean, unironically, the Practice Katana at +1 has the same might. I believe a little less hit than the Iron Katana. But, I mean... with the hit rate of the Swordmaster as well, with the sword rank at S, I mean, we're looking at 133 hit with an 85 hit sword. So, like, I don't think we're really losing anything from this. Let's get the better Hisamaru, actually. Like, yeah, if we equip this, we're down to 128 hit, which is great. It looks like katanas do in fact have 6 base might, Rar. Yes, it certainly does look like that. So, yeah, I mean, that's great. Now, that having been said, there's not really much else we can do. However, there is one last cool thing that we can do now that we have beaten Chapter 13. And, in fact, I must confess, I have lied to you guys a little bit to keep this a secret. But I have an extra mod installed. And if it works, which we are going to see in a second, things are going to skyrocket. Hinata is going to be the best Swordmaster in this game. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Hinata can use the right Jinto. We have our Ryoma substitute. Ryoma is no longer. Hinata is the new Ryoma. Raijinto Hinata is a fact. We can use the Raijinto on Hinata. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This is the true Swordmaster of Fire Emblem Fates. It should have been the Parasol. No, the hell it shouldn't have been. But yes, so this means that we don't need any other, we really don't need any other 2-range weapon anymore, because the Raijinto is fantastic. 11 might, strength +4, simply when in the inventory, by the way. 5 crit inherently, 10 avoid inherently, which is half as much as the Sunrise Katana. But yeah, the solo is basically over. We have won. We have won the game. Now, the Raijinto is really busted. And yes, this is technically cheating. This is technically cheating. So, I will not be using the Raijinto against the final boss. Probably. By the time we get there, we're going to be a few weeks ahead. We're going to see how I feel by that point. But for the most part, this is just a fun run. So, yeah. I mean, we're going to be abusing Raijinto for a bit. Hisame will likely be safe this time. Not gonna lie. The final boss, the easiest part, probably. Yeah, there's a lot of ifs, buts, and maybes. And as we all know, I don't do those. I only do absolutes. This is a fun run. The Raijinto will be abused. I will tell you. But yes. So that is probably the biggest surprise that I have in this run for you guys. So, that having been said, let's save and let's go to chapter 14, Light Scatters. And I think the light will not be the only thing that'll scatter. I think the Norin army will be absolutely obliterated. Not going to lie. So yeah, we have Ryoma back obviously. The entire royal family of Hoshido has been reunited. But we don't care about any of those bombs. We have God Nata with the Raijinto. So let's see. Select units. We don't need anyone else. The only people we need are Aoi and Hinata. And in fact, let's see. Let's see how ridiculous we can make this. What if we didn't use any defensive spots on this map?
I'll protect you.
Why does Aoi have a tail? Luca, welcome to the Berserker class. That is a hide that they wear around their hips as like a battle. Like a battle, spoils of war, I suppose. The spoils of battle. It is a fur hide. But okay, that having been said, are we ready to see Raijinto Hinata in action? Because, oh boy, this map is going to be fast, I think. Yeah, it's looking pretty solid, Chief. It's looking pretty solid. It's looking pretty damn solid. And now, with this katana, Hinata does the kick crit as well. It's great. It's so fucking good. It is one of my favorite crit animations in this game. It has so much power to it. Yeah, the entire stream will just be crits. The run is over. Pack it up, everyone. Nothing is ever challenging Hinata anymore.
Are you okay?
Yeah, we don't have to dual wield, but we have the epic kick crit, which is like the best part of single wielding a katana in Fire Emblem Fates. No, guys, no, we don't have to fast forward. We don't have to fast forward. Come on, we have Aoi with the carp streamer. Do you not like seeing the funny carp streamer? Oh, hold on. This guy's doing 1 damage, guys. He did 1 damage. It's over. For him, that is. You should make Raijinto have the dual wield tag so the animations change. Frankly, I should. Also, frankly, no clue how to do that. Unfortunately.
I can't lose.
You were drawing Parasol Hinata, Carbol? No shot. No shot. Well, you should keep doing it. You should keep doing it. I would love to see Parasol Hinata. And who knows? Who knows? If we decide that the Raijinto really is too busted, then perhaps the Parasol will make its grand return. I mean, look, here's the thing. It's over for all of these guys. That's the thing, first and foremost. Second of all, though, the mid-game of Fire Emblem Fates, when you're playing like this, I mean, we saw it in the original Hinata solo run as well. This map was not much more of a challenge when Hinata was a Master Ninja instead. And in fact, I don't think this map is really challenging at all, to be completely honest. Because, like, especially because of the wealth of defensive tiles that you have, there's so many patches of forest here, and as soon as you get to the entrance of this fort, there deadass is a Dragon Vein that deals like 10 damage to every single character inside. So, basically, if you have a guy that's strong enough with Vantage, you one-shot everyone. It really doesn't matter. God, there's just Silver Naginata. That's great. Those will be nice to sell. Yeah, I mean, this map, really, when you boil this map down, it's nothing more than just a filler map. Because there's nothing really significant that happens here. There's no significant characters. Well, there's Benny and Charlotte. Which, of course, Benny, hugely significant. Charlotte, a bit less so. She's cool, but a bit less so. Benny is, of course, Benny takes the charge. But this map really is just filler. There's nothing challenging about this map in any scenario. Whether you're playing with 20 units or just 1. But yeah, I mean, in the current situation, it might be a little too elementary of a map. Not going to lie. This is one of your favorite maps in the game, Rar? That's interesting. That is certainly an interesting opinion. I respect it. I respect it. I do like the concept of this map. I dislike the concept of having to take out Benny, actually. But it's okay, Benny. We'll make this quick, my sweet prince. Goodbye, sweet prince. We can believe that he just retreated. He just retreated. He never died. He has retreated, strategically. Charlotte, though, she's in for a bit of a rougher time, I think. 2 attack, 0 hit, 0 crit. Yikes. Yeah, goodbye. Trust and believe that they both retreated. They did not die. The border guards of Nor, they know better. They know better than to just stand there and let themselves be killed, surely. Let's get wild! The kick crit is so fucking good. It's not even funny. If this was on a Discord call, we would have been weeping for Benny. We would have, absolutely. Every single time I play this map, the one thing that sticks to mind is just that I have to kill Benny. It occurs to me every single time. And unfortunately, it never feels any better to do. For the flavor alone, you've just recruited the Crown Prince of Hoshido and the leader of the Norn Rebellion, and you're storming the Nor border like you're an actual commander of an army. I mean, yes, that is the context of this map. Absolutely. And when you write it like that, you know, it sounds pretty cool. Then when you play the map, it is significantly less cool. Because it is just not really difficult. Like, you would certainly expect that, given you get what is essentially the best unit in the game, Ryoma, they would ramp up the difficulty on this map considerably. However, Birthright is not really good at doing that, to be completely honest. As much as I hate to say it. But yeah, Hinata is... he's making mincemeat out of these guys. He is, like Luca has said, yes. Hinata's just playing a Warriors game. This is the Warriors game that Hinata never got to be a part of. Justice for my goat. They only included Takumi and Oboro, and then they had to gall to, in their support, claim that Hinata was probably crying in a corner back home because he wasn't invited. You know what, Insis? This is what you get from me. Hinata should have been in Warriors, and I stand by that. Why not just get all 3 of them in there? Why only pick one? Why only pick one retainer? It doesn't make sense. Okay, well, that having been done, having vented that, let's clean up, I suppose, on the outside of the fort. I believe that in my dialogue for the original Hinata solo run, I claimed that the extra enemies inside the fort, they show up when everyone outside the fort has been killed, which is the most likely scenario to happen here as well. Because as you can see, I think on the minimap, which should be up there, the forest currently is completely clean except for the final boss of this map. However, as soon as we kill enough enemies outside here, they will all start spawning in at the same time. And I think I will just tactically position myself to take out as many enemies as I can at once. And yeah, this map is going to be really trivial with the Raijinto. And as such, I don't think I will be using the Raijinto for most of the maps in this run, but having it as a trial run on this map is, I think it's perfect. It's perfect timing. I mean, we just got Ryoma. I mean, that's him. There he is. What else can I say? Yeah, and then Leo got both of his retainers and warriors, by extension, I suppose. Odin was never directly in there, but Owain was, and, well, we all know they're the same guy, so... not really much to hide there. Shadows of Valentia is the goat of the 3DS games. Look, Yura, I really appreciate you as a person, but that shit is not gonna fly in here. That shit is not gonna fly in here. When we've got Fates and Awakening, we are not going to call Shadows of Valentia the goat of the 3DS games. In fact, I would put it somewhere near the very bottom, not going to lie. Just in general. I know that... Okay, but here's the thing. So, I'm saying this currently, right? I'm saying this currently. Echoes is possibly the most polarizing game, aside from Three Houses, in the franchise. There is, I swear to God, Echoes, you will only find people that adore it, or that absolutely hate it and want it to burn, crash and burn. That is literally all there is. There is no in-between. Now, unfortunately for you and me, Yura, we are in different camps on this one. We are in opposite corners. But yeah, there is... obviously, I'm not going to fight anyone over this, because it's only game. Why you have to be mad? As one very wise person at some point said. Oh, the Wakizashi. Hold on. We could possibly forge a Wakizashi if we buy another one in the armory back home. Back home, I say. Back in the castle. But for now, we don't need it. Hinata actually getting down to triple threat range, the vantage range as well. So the Raijinto is not fully carrying him. There is still some degree of risk to using the Raijinto. Who am I kidding, bro? All of these guys are like, yeah, this entire starting room is all green enemies. This is going to be the easiest entrance in my life. This guy also has the Bolt Axe. There he is. The meme Berserker. Possibly the worst enemy in the game. The fucking Bolt Axe Berserker with 0 magic. It is a sight to see every single time. Okay, let me get this guy from range. And I think, in opposition, in contrast to the first Hinata solo run, we will not be using any of the Dragon Veins on this map, because I don't think we need it. The Bolt Axe Berserker appears on all 3 routes. That's the mark of a goat. I mean, he is really memorable for being so goddamn ass as an enemy. Peak, exactly, Luca. Another great throwback. Peak enemy design. That's it. Okay, yeah, the Vantage Astra. This is what we're gonna see a lot. We're gonna see the Vantage Astra a lot, hopefully, in future maps. Because it's such a fun combination. When you're able to string together these passive skills, like Vantage and Astra or Vantage and Lethality, it's the greatest feeling. Zero magic Bolt Axe Enjoyer? You know he just wanted to use magic even if everyone told him he couldn't? Absolutely. Absolutely. I will 100% stand behind that headcanon. I mean, but... the Vantage crit as well, yeah. Let's just get it. Let's just get it. I mean, there is going to be another map that will have much more ridiculous enemies, actually. But, holy fucking shit. I have no time to talk, really, between all these crits. But that's just the way I like it. Oh, there he is. The absolute icon. The legend. Will he succumb? 3 in a row, I don't know what to say. Salute to the absolute icon of this map. But holy fucking shit. Wow, 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 wow. The 5% crit increase from Raijinto, I think it's coming in clutch. Really hard. Now, I do need to be a little bit careful around these generals, I think. But in general, pun intended, we should be fine if we just go here. I will just use this vulnerary, I guess. We will be out of vantage range, but that's okay. Disliking the stream? It's so over? Yeah. Sorry for killing your goat, Rar, but he was kind of in the way. He kind of initiated himself. I didn't really do anything. He came at me unprovoked. It's just self-defense by that point. But yeah, there's going to be another map in this run, in Birthright, that's going to have much more ridiculous enemies, and in much higher volume as well. I think we all know what we're talking about. The Rainbow Sage map. That map is still such a fever dream to me. I'm not going to lie. Ryoma who? Exactly. Exactly, Winter Catfish. Welcome to the stream, first and foremost. Ryoma who? We have Hinata with the Raijinto, and that's all we'll ever need. Now, here's the thing. So, there is Steel Lance Javelin, Steel Lance, Steel Lance, Steel Lance, Steel Lance. The equation is pretty easy, methinks. I think what we do is we grab a dual katana, and we start popping off. Yeah, there it is. 0% hit rate on the generals. 18% crit rate still. The Raijinto is being sheathed for a little bit. And in its place, we will have the dual katana to deal with the generals and with the armored knights that remain on this map. Easy EXP. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so great to be fighting against these easy EXP enemies. Now, frankly, there is a world in which I would say reclass Hinata into a different class, get him a level, and get him a passive skill from a class that he's not supposed to be. Like, if we give him, for example, if we hard seal him into like an Oni Savage right now. But then again, I don't know. I do have a partner seal, however Hinata does not have an S-rank partner yet. I do have a friendship seal, I think. However, no, I have only heart seals apparently. I have only heart seals. So, yeah. We could technically use a heart seal. We could heart seal him into Oni Chieftain, I guess it would have to be. And then we could start getting the Oni Savage. The Oni Savage skills. But it's probably easier to do it in a paralog or a challenge map. The caveat of that is that we get 1 EXP per turn, or per enemy we kill. Here we get 8 EXP if we kill 1 more general, we guarantee level up. So that's the only reason I'm saying to do it now. But at the same time, it'll be really awkward, because... Well, to be fair, I could go blacksmith if I want to use the... if I want to use sword still. I don't know. Let's hold off on it for now. Let's just see if we can bait out these final lance enemies with the dual katana, and then we should be chilling. There will be a few more upgraded enemies, there will be a few more promoted enemies, there's a few heroes on this map, which will be obviously very easy to deal with. There's a few berserkers as well, so there is still some EXP to be gained. So it is also more than likely, holy fucking shit, that we'll be able to snag those skills kind of easily once we get to a challenge map, especially once we take out the boss of this map. I forget what her name is, but good level, HP, strength, defense, I believe. So that's great, probably points of luck as well. I didn't completely catch that. Let me actually catch the replay of my stream real quick to see what stats we got. But I believe it was HP, defense, strength, which should be a really good combination, if so, huge if true. Yeah, also 75 damage, yeah, it's great, it's great. HP, strength, defense, res. Okay, we got a point of res. Well, that's good. Hinata res tank? Question mark? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. 13 res? Okay, dual katana. Nothing really stands a chance by this point. No, it's true, Luca. We also cannot be breaking the rules that I set out for this run, I suppose. However, just reclassing is not me breaking the rules. The rules stated the following, that Hinata cannot initiate combat as a class that is not the Samurai or Swordmaster class on main story maps. And as far as I can see, this is a main story map, but if I just put Hinata down somewhere and he gets attacked, attacks in retaliation, that is not initiating combat. Those are my rules. There is a loophole, I did this on purpose. I did this on purpose with a very specific reason, and that is the fucking lava waterfalls map. Because, yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree that without that loophole, that map would have been absolute fucking ass. As it always is. But okay, there's a berserker here, so again, this is gonna be a crisp like 10-0-0, I think. Yeah, sorry, you guys want me to... actually, there's a loophole in my rule set that states that I can reclass, and in fact, we will be doing it for the upcoming Lava Waterfalls map. Because otherwise, we are going to suffer. Okay, but, enough with that. Enough with that funny business. A few more enemies to take care of, and they're really the most trivial enemies you've ever seen in your life. Well, to their credit, there are a few promoted enemies, so I guess that's decently exciting. And also, credit to this map, I suppose, for not being a route map. It is a kill the boss map, which is like, I guess like 30% of Birthright's objectives. The other 60% is or 65% I should say, is route the map, route the enemy. And then the one escape map is the one we already did. Chapter 12 in Circancia. So yeah. But kudos to this map for doing that, I suppose. Okay, there's just a regular mercenary, apparently. Okay. He was not ready to promote yet. He was level 9, I suppose. Hello, Wesley Stickler, Ace Attorney. Thank you for the compliment, Yami. I wish I had that man's cheekbones, to be honest. Have you seen that guy's facial structure? He's gotta be one of the most fabulous looking characters in the Ace Attorney in Japanifornia. No going to lie. That man has better eyelashes than 80% of women out there. And if you deny that, you are coping. Okay, now to pop a cheeky little crit, maybe? No, that's fine. That is okay.
I can't lose.
Okay, and there we go. It just defaulted to the Raijinto, because we don't have the Kodachi anymore. So there we go. One more use of the Raijinto on this map, and then I think it is going to be sheathed for a bit longer. I think we're going back to the, you know what? Let's use Hisamaru. This is Hinata's time to shine, after all. 11 damage, Daniela with Ragnarok. Yeah, I think we're good. 30 speed. I mean, look at these fucking stats. It is, yeah, the pair-up gives 5 speed. The practice katana gives 5 speed. We have 30 speed as a level 8 Swordmaster. We have 34 strength because we get 6 from the pair-up with Berserker Aoi. And we get 4 from the Raijinto simply being in Hinata's inventory. So yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful situation for all of us right now. We don't quite one-shot. Do we one-shot with the Raijinto? No. So might as well just go for Hisamaru. Good old Hisamaru. Let me put my cursor off screen, actually. There you go. How sad for you to make it all the way here only to be butchered by me. Wishful thinking, Daniela. Wishful thinking. Boom. Hit her so hard we stripped her horse of its armor. That's crazy. Okay, so that's a crisp 41 EXP. That's not too terrible. We only need to kill 42 regular guys to get another level. Which, well, it is doable, I suppose. But that is chapter 14. And like I said, not really a difficult map. We get a few cutscenes with Azura, I think. Very tragic, very sad. But really, all we care about is Hinata in this playthrough. So I will not be watching those. Oh, Hinata! He has something. Or he wants something.
Oh, man.
He wants something. We don't have anything. Fuck. Never mind, we have the bath towel. We got a free bath towel. Do we give the free bath towel to Hinata? I mean, I wanna, but I don't want to put it on him. That's the thing. You know what? We can at least satisfy his request. Give this accessory as a gift. Yes.
What?
What? What am I supposed to do with it? Oh, I didn't know they reacted like this, so you gave them the bath towel, brother. Oh, that is so good. That is awesome. Hey, man, you asked for an accessory. We gave you an accessory. I don't know what you want from me, brother. Like, sorry? I mean, what? Sorry, man, you wanted an accessory. That's all we had. So what? Wait, there's a way to... How do I do that? Hold on. Is it... Oh, there it is. Is he in the bath towel now? No. Hey, Hinata. Yeah, did you know you can do this? You can just kind of... You can just look around in 3D. It's pretty cool, actually. There's Hinata. Well, he's not wearing the bath towel, so clearly he did not appreciate our gift, which I would call him an ungrateful idiot for that, but I would rather do very bad things to myself than call Hinata names, to be honest. But okay, so I guess Hinata was not happy with our gift of the bath towel. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Can we upgrade the accessory shop? Yes. Oh, we can. We can also upgrade the lottery shop and the mess hall and the smithy. Oh, brother. Fellas, I think it might be time. I think it might be time to do a bit of challenge maps, to be completely honest. Because we need the Dragon Vein points for all of these structures. if we want to get through this efficiently. And I would love to see if I can get the accessory that I need for Hinata this run in the upgraded accessory shop. So let's start with that. And then let's do a few challenge maps so we can get all these structures going.
Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, so, Hinata. Is there... Let's see, do they have... Oh, there's the nightcap, bro. Fucking nightcap. The beret. What is this? These are masks and headgear. Hero mask. Okay. Samurai mask. There it is. Okay. Unironically, given that we have given Hinata the Raijinto, we kind of need this samurai mask, but we need 27 pearls for that. Do we think it is worth it to save up pearls to get the samurai mask on Hinata? Lobster Hinata, yes, it may just happen. Lobster Hinata with the Raijinto, do we think it is worth it? Do we think it's worth the trouble? Me personally, I think it's worth it. We can grind this pretty easy. Once we get the arena upgraded, we can grind this pretty easily. So I think that should be our ultimate goal. We have upgraded most of the weapons that we want to use by this point.
See you next time.
So there's not really a drawback to saving for that right now. And in fact, can we upgrade the arena yet? We can, in fact, not. We will have to beat the next chapter for that. So, in fact, maybe it's actually more efficient to first beat chapter 15, it's going to be. Which I believe... Well, Saizo is here. I trust Saizo with our pearls against a fellow ninja. Chapter 15, I believe, is the... That's the Ice Village, I think. Unless I'm, like, badly mistaken. But I don't think I am. So that should be pretty fast as well. Well, actually, it's one of the slower maps in the mid-game, but... Okay, Lilith. Here's your daily daikon. Enjoy. Yeah, the cost of accessories in this game are kind of crazy. I mean, we're just looking at a 27 pearl cost just for Ryoma's mask. Which, well, it is Ryoma's mask, I guess. But then again, 27 pearls. You know how many weapons you can forge with that? Now, if we had a pearl spring, that would have been much easier. Not gonna lie. Saizo? 3 grains of rice. Okay, not bad. That having been said, I mean, it's been going pretty well. I don't think I really need to do anything. No, wait! I just remembered what Chapter 15 is. Chapter 15, ladies and gentlemen, generational map in Birthright. It is not the Ice Village, not yet. I think that's Chapter 16. Chapter 15 is the Wolfskin Peak. And if you guys, and girls, and people who identify otherwise, have seen the original Hinata solo run, if you have ever played Birthright, you know what the Wolfskin Peak means. In fact, the Wolfskin will be peak in this run. We're finally getting rid of the biggest hindrance in our army currently. Unfortunately, we will have to commit genocide to do it, but at the same time, it is a worthwhile sacrifice. Yes, it will be. This map, whoever wanted to save this guy, you're too late. Chapter 15 has commenced, and we will rid ourselves of Kaze during this map. Because we have not gotten an A support with Kaze prior to this map, which means he will die once we finish this map. He will permanently leave our army. Through a cutscene as well. What a sad guy he is, not gonna lie. Okay, but yeah, the Wolfskin Peak. Can we take a second, right? Can we take a breather? And can we appreciate how good this design is? The design for the Wolfskin, especially for the Wolf Sagners, is so fucking banging, actually. Like, this is a beautiful, great, fantastic, awesome design. And we're gonna have to kill every single one of them. We're gonna have to kill every single one of them. Now, as you can see, the Wolf Sagners actually do have skills. The Wolf Sagners have skills, which means it is not advisable to actually attack them, especially since they do pull out stuff like counter and such. And, well, this one has strong riposte, so again, initiating combat against them. At the same time, they drop good stuff. They drop really good loot. This one just has Pavis, or Pavis. No, it's Aegis, sorry. I'm sure one of them has Pavis. Pavis, whatever you want to call it. And there is, unfortunately, the outstanding issue of we have to kill Keaton. I don't like doing this. I don't love doing this, but the game forces my hand. If only we could capture them. Absolutely. Absolutely, Catfish. Absolutely. I would love to capture one of these guys. I would love to capture Keaton, but alas, the game does not give us an opportunity to do so. However, the game does give us a speed wing in this chapter on a wolf skin with life and death, which is, unironically, pretty scary. But yeah, really good drops here. Secret book as well. We got a shit ton of stat boosters on this map, so it's going to be great. It's going to be loot central. But for that to actually happen, we need to start this map. I'm not going to do it yet, because we have a few stat boosters to actually give Hinata. I'm going to give him the Talisman and the Spirit Dust, even though the latter is completely useless. But the 2 extra resistance... Well, the 2 extra resistance is useless on this map too, since every single Wolf Sekner and Wolf Skin is melee damage. But, well, again, it is what it is. Okay, we're out of water in my glass here, but we're starting on the flask. I think we're on track. I think we'll survive tonight, fortunately. It is still pretty warm over here. And talking a lot in my warm room, it does do a number on the old throat. Unfortunately, 1 goat, 1 wolf will have to die. And 1, how should I call him? What name should I give him? He's really more of a liability than anything else. Will perish on this map. It is true. Okay, but here's the thing. On this map, we will also not need the Raijento, because there is 0 ranged enemies on this map. Everything will be melee damage, will be 1 range. So... For the fans, we will use the Parasol on this map. And we will give a concoction to Hinata. There you go. Everyone who wanted the grand return of the Parasol, rejoice. It's going to happen on this map. Alright, so... let's start this battle.
Ready for this?
So, the first thing we do is we retreat to the fort, because as you can see, the fort gives some insane... what do you call this? Environmental boosts. Environmental buffs. 2 additional defense, 20 avoid, and 20% healing at the start of every turn. But, as I said, the Parasol will come into play. Does it even double? It cannot make follow-up attacks, but I guess it could crit. So, if you guys want to see this, you guys wanted this. So, by God, it's going to happen. Parasol Gaming is back. Holy fucking shit, it was so worth it. You guys are so right, actually. You guys are so right.
No chance.
Parasol Gaming has never been more back, in fact. Insane things that are happening right now. You know what, honestly, like, the worst part about this map is how sad the wolfskin sound actually dying. Like, that one specifically... that voice line, it always gets to me. Like, none of these guys want to fight. They really didn't want to fight. And we didn't want to fight them either. But fuck-ass Yago. Fuck-ass Yago has made it so that we have to fight these guys and that we have to kill every single one of them. I mean, I would argue that this is probably the saddest map in the entirety of Birthright. Astra Parasol? Oh, that's not great. Like I said, you should initiate against these Wolf Sekners. But, well, we made it happen eventually. Master Seal. God Nata with the Parasol, the godly Parasol. Okay, we now have to abandon the fort in favor of the forest. Holy shit, 2 range Parasol crit. Is this the most goated weapon in the game? Question mark. Exclamation point. Yeah, this map really shows that the Wolfskin, they're not fighting the war. They're just casualties in it. They really are just collateral damage.
No chance.
Yeah, these Wolfskin, they're like the only enemies in the game that genuinely sound afraid to die. And even Keaton, right? What is Keaton's like death quote? Not me, anyone but me. Which, you know, is pretty selfish, but none of these guys want to die. They really never wanted to fight. And yet here we are, killing them with a fucking parasol. Because Yago, bitch-ass Yago, has made it so. And this is why Nor cannot be trusted. The Wolf Sector with pass, that's awesome. But yeah, I don't know if anyone feels the same way, but yeah, this is probably the saddest map in Birthright. And genuinely, the Wolfskin and the Wolf Sectors, they have my favorite enemy design, I think, in the entirety of Fates. Just barely edging out the Adventurer class, I think. Adventurers also have such a good design, but the Wolfskin and Wolf Sectors, it's great. It's great. Another Master Seal, so that's more money. There's 500 more gold. Unironically, the Parasol was making waves. I don't know how to feel about it. I think I'm supposed to feel good about this, but it's also the fucking Parasol. With one might Parasol, by the way. Okay, I level up, actually. Magic, Speed, HP on a Berserker. Well, Speed and HP makes sense. Gamble, which is not going to come into play at any point. But yeah, this is tragic humor if I've ever seen it. At the very least, we can take solace in the knowledge that at the end of this map, at the end of all this torture, this mental torture, Kaze will die, and that's a great thing. Personally, I love hearing that. Why can't we just pull an Undertale and not fight them, story-wise? Yeah, like, that's what you'd also think, right? Because what Fates loves to do is to portray Corrin as this pacifist leader. Until, I guess, like, the only exception being the endgame of Conquest. And you could argue the endgame of Birthright, but then specifically against Hans and Yago. They really love to portray Corrin as this peace-loving pacifist leader that people want to rally behind exactly because they are pacifist. And at the same time, Fates does not have any options aside from, I guess, using Orochi to capture a Wolfskin. Or a Wolf Sector, which I'm not even sure if you can do that, to be honest. To actually avoid fighting them. There's no option. Also, this guy just has 69 hit. Nice, first and foremost, but with 14 damage, that is pretty scary, actually. These guys are no joke. So, okay, well, now I see why this guy's no joke, because he has life and death. Okay, that makes sense. But I'm still going to use a concoction. No, you can't capture them, that's what I figured. Because they are a special class. And, like, I guess logistically it gets pretty difficult as well, since I think you can only buy... I don't think you can buy stones, can you? You can't buy beast stones or beast runes, you get one during the story. But then... you need those for Caden, obviously, if you're going to use them. You might be already cooked? Nah. We got the Parasol, we got Swordmaster Hinata. There's no such thing as getting cooked in this scenario. Red watching. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Welcome to the true Ryoma exhibit. In certain maps, the capture skill is unusable. Yes, I figured. Especially with a map like this. And I guess similarly, Niles' kidnap skill will be useless on the Kitsune map. You can't buy the stones, which makes having a kid with Corrin or Azura pretty difficult if you want to use all the beast units. Yeah, right. I suppose so. I suppose, yeah, obviously Selkie comes with, if we're talking about, like, the kids for Caden and Keaton, Selkie and Veluria come with the stones. But that's, like, all you get, stone-wise, right? Like, there's really no opportunity to get more than just the stones you get through the story maps or the paralogs. Which I always found interesting. I found it an interesting design decision. Speedwing, that's unironically really good to use right now, not gonna lie. So maybe I send the concoction to the convoy right now. Yeah, you are able to buy them in Awakening. Okay. See, that's interesting. I mean, Fire Emblem has a bit of a complicated history with, I guess, the transformation stones. Because I guess in Fates, you can't really buy them. Rar is saying right now that you can buy them in the Rod Shop at level 3. Which, that does sound like something I vaguely recall being right. But then again, I'm not sure. I'm never sure about this. The stones are such an obscure little thing about Fates. But possibly, yeah. I mean, if someone wants to like run that down, run a little internet search, perhaps. After all, we have the wisdom of tens of generations at our fingertips. The internet. Parasol Astra. Parasol crit Astra. Again, it doesn't make the death of these wolfskin, these innocent wolfskin, any better to stomach, but it is funny. Level 3 does sell them. I imagine you get one copy of them though, right? Beast Stone Plus, Beast Rune Plus. Can you buy them infinitely, Rar? Is that a thing? Or can you only buy one copy of them? I also need to retreat. Oh, okay, I can go onto the mountain. Ooh, hold on. That's a lot better, actually. 2 defense and 20 avoid. Hold on. We're cooking. Hinata never cooked, always cooking. Let's get... Ah, so close. Here I come! Okay, but you can buy infinite beast stones then. Okay. That's interesting. I mean, still, Fire Emblem has a bit of a complicated history with them. Because there's games in which you get one Dragon Stone, for example, and that's it. You get one Dragon Stone, for example, in, I believe it's Sacred Stones. You get a 60 use Dragon Stone from Mer, and that's it. You gotta last the entire game with that, if memory serves. The Parasol is necessary so Hinata doesn't have to see the inhumane massacre he's committing. All he sees is the inside of the Parasol. I mean, it's true. It's true. You're very right about that, Carbol. Let's leave it at that. Let's assume that that is what's going on right here. And not a terrible slaughter that is in no way justified. Yeah, Fates doesn't have durability, that's true. So it makes sense that you wouldn't be able to buy them, I guess, since there's no need to buy extra copies. I guess that's the logic that they're going with, and it is valid logic, to be honest. Okay, this Wolf Sekner is a valid target for the Parasol, I think. He has Gamble, which is always scary, especially if he has a decent hit rate. I like how handily that he also just throws the Parasol, while it's actually... It is open. Partially, possibly fully, I don't know how far it extends, but... You would think there would be some air resistance, but... Let's get wild! It's 50 uses on the Dragonstone and Sacred Stones? Okay, fair enough. Well, same difference. 10 uses more or less. That makes it even worse, to be honest. 50 uses. I mean, you get Mer in, what, like chapter 20? 21 out of 27? Which, that's still quite a waste. Is it 27 in Sacred Stones? I forget. I might be mixing it up with FE7, to be honest, but... I know there's still a handful of maps you have to do with Mer in your army. And the fact that she joins at such a low level... Levels really easily, has really good stat growths. It's chapter 16 of 21. Okay, so Sacred Stones is a short game, evidently. Forgot about that. It's been a while, but same difference. 21 to 27, or 16 to 21. It's the same difference, I think, almost. But you have a bunch of maps to get through, and Mer has such great growth that there's no reason for you not to use her. Great damage output as well. She snowballs really hard. But yeah, once the Dragonstone breaks, she is useless. So it's this weird mix between having to capitalize on her having such great growths, and her having literally a finite end in-game. You like Mer, unlike Faye? See, I don't know that I used Faye in FE6, to be honest. We played FE6 together. Did I use Faye? I don't recall, to be completely honest. Also, there's 36 Wolfskin currently approaching our destination quite fast. Truth Nuke, hate that fuck-ass small dragon. Okay, so we're hating on Faye now? What has she done? The extra 20 uses plus less remaining maps make Mer more fun to use. Also, fantastic level once again. HP, skill, speed, luck, defense. Consistently proccing luck as well. I believe luck caps at 40, well with the statue is going to be different, most likely. But yeah, he's getting there. He's getting there. I mean, Hinata is all the more bulky for his great luck stat, given that that gives crit avoid, which is like a really big damper for defensive units. No, I don't hate on Kaze for no reason, Luca. There is a multi-year grudge that has been pent up, and it is all based on facts and logic, in fact. Oh, that's it! Phase a growth unit with 30 attacks total. Just awful to use, plus she's force deployed. Okay, well, I like using it as a lightning rod. I mean, oh, that's what I did as well on the run. Okay. So for context, I'm still in this group that we used to play Fire Emblem games with, right? We had our own server and everything. I mean, it's the group, the clique that I did the original, the spicy FE7 run with, my very first Fire Emblem series on this channel. And we also played FE6 at a certain point. Rod was a part of that, so I can lean on him when it comes to remembering stuff about that run. But yeah, I didn't think I used Faye, to be completely honest, so... Disliking Kaze based on the facts, aka bad strength, and logic literally falls off. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, he is gonna fall off really hard once this chapter ends. And that's objective. There's no arguing that. Where you accidentally used an edited ROM? Brother, there were so many random things that happened with the ROMs you sent me. Not going to lie. The God Matthew with the literal invincible rune sword, was it? Yeah. The fucking, it was insane. It was insane. The one time we tried to get Geese back after he died in that was it the second to last chapter of FE6 of the true ending? It must have been when he died to fucking oh, I forget her name. The woman with Fimbulvator. The purple-haired woman, and then he was just a green unit. Like he came back. He was a green unit, but yeah, Matthew with 255 groves. It was insane, but it was such a good time. Matthew being a good unit for a change was awesome. There was great things that happened with those ROMs, man. That's why at one point I need to do a randomizer, because there's guaranteed to be some really stupid shit that happens. Right, he was a green unit, but you forgot to give him AI to move. Also, no, it's not Ursula, it's FE6, Sonia. Sonia, I think is her name. With a Y, that's the FE6 one. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, what does this guy have? Quick draw? That's not really that threatening. Okay, I'm good with that. Let's take out the guy in the fort, I suppose. We are getting kind of low on HP, actually, so... Let's use this. Well, I guess I could use the Speedwing. Am I afraid of the Wolfskin? Not really. Will I come to regret that? Possibly. Probably not, though. Bit more avoid with speed here, I think. Yeah, I had to rescue drop Geese. Geese who has insane con, I believe. Or weight. What is that stat again? It's weight that determines it, yeah. FE7 and FE6 have weight and con. But it's, yeah. Insane things happening. And then fucking... I was so upset about Geese dying as well. Because, deadass, he just reached an S support. No, not an S support. It was an A support, I think, with Kath. Like, everything was going so well. Like, my two favorite combat units, Kath and Geese, having a support together, it was great, and then he fucking dies. Because for some reason, Sonya wakes up after being hit with a hypnosis. It's not called hypnosis, it's called, it's just called sleep. We actually hit Sonya with the sleep staff, or the silent staff, one of two. She was incapacitated. And then she just wakes up, turn 1, and absolutely obliterates Geese into the afterlife. Man. You can't make that shit up. Like, whoever decided that characters on the throne should immediately recover from status conditions in FE6, I wish him very bad things, him or her. Okay, that's the end of the quick draw wolf segment, so... with a 7% crit to end it off as well. Yeah, I guess the forts do heal the status effects, but... well, she was on... was it a fort? It's like the entrance to a cave, isn't it? I guess it counts as a fort, or a throne, but... I forget what the actual map distribution is. I should replay FE6 at some point. It's been too long. Yeah, and the Kath promotion scene. Of course, normally thieves can't... thieves can't actually reclass in FE6 and FE7. They can't promote. Well, in FE6 they can't. In FE7 they can, with the Fel contract, which they can become assassins. In FE6, thieves cannot promote. But RARM made a custom promotion for Kath, because Kath is my favorite character from FE6, and just my favorite female Fire Emblem character out there. Gave her a custom sprite and everything, from a repository, but a custom sprite nonetheless. Gave her a custom class. Made her be able to wield the Binding Blade, and called it the Kathing Blade. It was one of the greatest moments in my Fire Emblem career, and it wasn't even it wasn't even part of the game. Like, it wasn't even valid. But it was great. Yeah, in FE6 they can, FE7... FE6 they can't, sorry, FE7 they can, but it kind of sucks. Because you lose the ability to open chests and to steal things. Which, like, for some reason, assassins can't do that, but thieves are the only class that can do it. So reclassing into assassin is almost never worth it. Just keep Jafar as your assassin and keep Legault or Matthew as thieves for the utility, I think, but... Including changing the Roy promotion scene into Kath stealing his promotion. Yeah, that's true. Roy staying unpromoted was a great time. We're getting there. Fates, what's your APM? You will have to tell me what APM means. Perhaps I am simply unknowing, but APM does not ring a bell to me in terms of being an abbreviation, to be completely honest. Okay, we're slowly but surely trudging our way through these waves of wolfskin reinforcements. Oh, the first Hinata miss. Hold on. The 92% miss, which, honestly, is really rare, because I'm decently certain that 92 in Fates is like almost a 100% with how the RNG works in this game. Actions per minute? It's a common gaming term for strategy games. Well, in terms of how many characters I'm moving, if that constitutes APM, I'd say 1. Since I am doing 1 action per turn, which I think it's fair to posit that every turn takes around and about a minute. So it's probably 1, if we're going to be completely honest. And again, isn't Roy like the worst FE Lord gameplay-wise? There's a debate about that. Well, Roar's saying Lyn. I wouldn't say Lyn is that bad, personally. I'd say she's very hit or miss. But I'd say she's more worth it than Roy, to be completely honest. Fates uses 1.5 around, about 50% hit. Oh, so it's a little different. So what does 92 translate to? Like, midway through the 90s, I guess? 94, 95? But still, it is higher than I think it's being shown on the screen, right? I am saying that correctly. APM atrocities per map. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that's right. Atrocities per map. Well, how many wolfskin do you think we've killed by this point? I mean, we're going to be killing around 100, I think, on this map. So,
Not a chance.
I did it!
Carbo, you found Erica to be very underwhelming. Oh, I'm with you there. Both as a combat unit and given her role in the story. Yeah, she is in every single aspect considerably worse than Ephraim. I'll tell you that much. But I don't think you need to hear that from me. I think that was pretty clear from the outset.
One down!
Okay, but the tidal wave of Wolfskin reinforcements has stopped. And in fact, what turn are we at? It is turn 17, so I think that all of the reinforcements will definitively stop by this point. Which means that we can, I guess, slowly start moving up the mountain. There's nothing really else that we need to do here. We just kind of need to move. In fact, I think I don't want to move over the mountain. I want to get up there as soon as possible. We have more to do tonight. I think we can do at least one more main story map tonight. And perhaps, if we want to, we could try to get some skills in challenge maps. So we can make some actual progress tonight. But yeah, let's get the convoy in here. Let's get another concoction. Let's get the one-use concoction. Let's just make sure we're ready for the rest of the voyage. Let's see. Parasol. Okay, there we go. Parasol's still good. Let's see, because after this... Okay, well, there's the one beast rune that we drop in this game, I suppose, which you would typically give to Caden. In our case, I think we're pretty solid to just sell it immediately, not going to lie. Let's make sure that this guy takes as much damage as we can deal to him. He does have Aegis, so there's a chance he actually halves damage here. I don't think it's gonna matter in this case, but holy fucking shit. The 7% crit, okay. There's the beast rune that we can sell for some money. That'll be nice. As payback for what will happen later, you're going to be in a Fates x Kaze x Hinata fanfic. Luca, I will ban you. If I see my name being mentioned in a Kaze fanfic, that is a ban-worthy offense in my book. You have been warned. Anyway, let's take out this guy in the fort. At this point, Hinata could reclass into a Kitsune. Unironically, do you think Kitsune would be a good class for Hinata to reclass into? Because it feels like, I think Kitsune is more of a res-based class, isn't it? Speed and res? Traditionally? I thought you couldn't sell the beast weapons, or am I not remembering correctly? Ooh, that's actually a good point. Strange encounter. Welcome to the stream, by the way. That's a great point. I forget. Like I do with most things that concern the stones, actually. You can't sell them. Okay, well, confirmed. You cannot sell the stones. So I guess we're not selling the stones, in fact. We're keeping them as mementos of the atrocities that we have committed here today. Which, I guess, was the second best option, always, after selling them. That's a little unfortunate, but at the same time understandable for the same reason that you're only able to buy one copy of them, I suppose. You only need them for one guy. At most, two people. Selkie and his daughter. Caden and his daughter, obviously. Selkie and her dad. So I guess selling them would just kind of lock you out of using Caden at this point in the game. So they wanted to make a fail-safe for that, I suppose. The Parasol is apparently also a clutch shield, because, yeah, Hinata is not taking damage whatsoever. Okay, there's another Wolf Sekner, so I think by this point we're good to go up the mountain for some extra avoid, which realistically we're just kind of walking up a hill, but it's giving us more defense, which is very interesting. It's a very interesting thing that Fates likes to do. Doesn't it work like a bronze weapon that can activate skills and crit? The Parasol, yes. it doesn't quite work like a bronze weapon, because the bronze weapons can follow up. The parasol cannot. The parasol is more like the kodachi. It's like a mixture between a kodachi and a wakizashi, just with one might, I guess. It's a joke weapon that's a mix between a wakizashi and a kodachi. In that it has one might, it cannot double like the kodachi, but it can trigger skills and crits like the wakizashi. So, yeah, I guess that's the best way I can boil it down. Parasol Sweep, Parasweep, Paranata. Okay, we're getting a new nickname for Hinata once more. We have one more to add to the repertoire. Paranata. That's great. I like that. To remind Hinata of the achievement here today at Wolfskin Peak. Killing every single member of the Wolfskin tribe with just a Parasol. And we're gonna have to see how the Parasol fares against Keaton, because I don't believe he moves. Which, honestly, fares, because the gate gives him 3 defense, 30 avoid, and 20% health recuperation per turn. So, let's see, let's just store the Beast Rune. Let's get another concoction out there. Actually, no, we can keep it. And then, yeah, just stand here. We need a Bible of Hinata names. Well, I'm sure I can make a compilation at some point. But by God, it's going to be a compilation. There is so many great moments already. Like, this guy, he never stops. Actually, color me surprised. Keaton moves.
Now I'll take your life in exchange for my friends.
W Roar mentioned, by the way. Yeah, sorry, Keaton. Really sorry. We do two-shot him. If he had been on the gate, he wouldn't actually have been two-shot. It would have taken 3 hits, actually. Now we have the Vantage Parasol. The even more potent version of the Parasol has just been unlocked. And it is with great sadness that I report that we will have to take out Keaton, like we did Benny on the last map. Another absolute unit will be taken care of definitively. Goodbye, potential friend.
No, anyone but me.
31 EXP. And just a batch of spirit dust. Yikes. But okay. Astra finish on Keaton with a Let's Get Wild. It is the most fitting way for Keaton to go by the hands of Hinata, but it's sad all the same. It is tragic all the same. I really do dislike the concept of this map. But well, Hinata's doing great, so can I really be too upset? I don't suppose I can. You know, Hinata, let's just get one more Astra, one more crit to finish off this map. See, me and Hinata, I have not told you this yet, but me and Hinata, we are linked telepathically. And he doesn't always do the things that I ask him to.
So sorry.
But when he does, by God, when he does, in Kagetsu's words, we could have been friends. But now, all of the wolfskin are gone. But you know what? We get a great thing in response. We get a great thing in response. I skipped over it. Luca, you have been spared. You have been spared this time. We will not see Hinata. We will not see Kaze die in this run, because I accidentally skipped over it. But at the very least, we will take solace in the knowledge that Kaze is gone. We will not see it, but we will know. But now, arguably, like I also said in the original Hinata solo run, we unfortunately get a little visit by Felicia. I also do not particularly like Felicia. I'm not particularly partial towards Felicia. But she is here, I suppose. She is here. And, as you can see, Kaze is nowhere to be found. Goodbye, Kaze. We will not be missing you. Okay, now, moving on.
Excuse me?
The Harp Yumi, okay. You're not sure if not seeing Kaze die is better? Well, you gotta live with it, because that's the way it's going to be. Bye-bye, Kaze. We will not be missing you. Imagine accidentally skipping this scene on the first playthrough and not realizing Kaze was missing. Yeah. Imagine having trained Kaze, and then you didn't get him to A rank with Corrin, and then after chapter 15, you skip through the dialogue because you're like, I don't care about the dialogue, I just want to play. And then suddenly your heavily invested unit is just gone. How would you feel? Me personally, I think I'd feel pretty gutted, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I trust Aoi with our Pearl, actually. Against the Master Ninja? Easy. Easy. Lock in.
This should help.
It's not a great start. Actually, it's not a great start for anyone. It's Miss Central currently.
Look me in the eyes.
Okay, well, I need one more hit. Come on, Aoi. Opa! There's 60%. Let's go. Great. Okay, 2 pearls.
All right.
Carboy actually quit Birthright during your first playthrough because of that. Because of Kaze. Well. Look what Kaze is doing to people's runs, man. Insane. Oh, Lilith, time for your daily Daikon. You assumed more units would spontaneously die for weird reasons during cutscenes later on. Yeah, you know what? That's completely valid. Fortunately, Kaze is the only one. Which, it's a really interesting thing that he's the only one, I guess. I don't see any reason for him to be the only one. But, I guess they wanted to give him at least one thing to give him credit for. Change hair? No. I'm not changing my hair anytime soon. Do not change my hair, bro. Invite Ali. Okay, well, we got the winged squad here tonight. So, well, we haven't had Reyna over, so let's have Reyna over for a change. I don't think anyone ever invites Reyna, to be honest. So let's get her in here.
I'd like to fight in the next battle. I'm sure I'll be of use.
I'm sure, Reyna. I'm sure. You married Reyna, Carbol? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. She's a fun character. But like most of the Corrin sexuals, it's kind of sad that they can't support with anyone except for Corrin, you know? Okay, like I said before, let's upgrade the arena and let's really work towards those 27 pearls. Because what this means is if we win 2 matches in a row, we just get 4 pearls. We get 4 pearls and our stonks are going to jump considerably. So Aoi is up once again against a Master of Arms. I think the Master of Arms should be wielding a katana, yeah. But Aoi doubles him somehow. Which is great, given she hits. Which currently she's not doing a great job at doing. Okay. But that's one. Here's the thing. We can now choose... We could opt to try and go for 4 pearls as payout. If Aoi wins this next match as well. If Aoi wins this matchup against the Spearmaster, we will get 4 pearls. So we will have a net profit of 3 pearls. Spearmaster is blue. So hypothetically, she should have the advantage. However, the arena is a little weird because the hit rates are not really... They're not really based on whether or not you have weapon triangle advantage. I don't really know what they're based on, but it's certainly not a regular round of combat. But well, it's the first time that we are able to do this in the new arena, so we might as well break it in the proper way. Let's go.
No need to worry.
She... Oh... Hold on, I yielded. However, it would appear that Aoi's dodging is 70%. Most curious. And she doubles this Spearmaster. Hold on. She can take a hit. If she hits every 76%, I believe she will win. Hold on. Okay. 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 Last one. Cinema. Absolute fucking cinema. That's my girl. That's my avatar. That's Aoi. 4 pearls. Net profit of 3 pearls. See, if we keep doing it like this, we will get to the samurai mask in no time. The Aoi sweep is real. Yeah, but I saw someone mention that Aoi still has gamble, so her hit rate is lower, and you're absolutely right, and I'm going to do something about that. Equip skills. Take off gamble, because we literally don't need it in any scenario. Okay, there we go. Now, here's the thing. I think what we do now, we could do Pleasure Palace. Pleasure Palace is a bit of a... It's a bit of a weird map. It's more of a chase map than anything else, because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to chase an outlaw all the way to the treasure room, which has an arm scroll and like 10,000 gold, I believe. But I don't think I want to go for that right now. I want to hold off on that for a bit, because we have 4 challenges here. And doing all these challenges, one, it will allow Hinata to get some skills from the base classes. At the same time, it will get us Dragon Vein points so we can upgrade more structures in the castle. So yes, I will grind skills. What that means also, Hinata is like, I think 2 challenge maps away from getting one of the skills. The question is just, what is the smartest thing to do at this point in time? Because here's the thing. I think if we go Oni Savage, what we get is, I believe, what is it? Do we get Seal Res? Is it? We get like, it's not Shove. No, it is Shove. We get Shove and we get Seal Res, I think. But once we get to Oni Chieftain, we could get Death Blow. Now, aside from that, we could go Archer, of course, from the Takumi A+ support rank, and we could get Quick Draw, and I forget what else the Archer... I think it gets Skill +2, so that's ironically also good. It's good for Astra. And I guess we could work towards Certain Blow or Air Superiority. Luthier's best boy, welcome to the stream. Base nickname, absolutely great nickname. Luthier, absolutely greatest character in Shadows of Valentia. The only thing that allowed me to actually suffer through Shadows of Valentia, somewhat reasonably. Oni Savage Hinata is what we're pleading for. It is a valid option. What would you take out for skill +2 though? Well, I don't have to take out anything yet. Because at the moment, we are going to be rocking out with Vantage, Duelist, Blow, and Astra, which we are going to keep for the majority of the run because it's just such a good combination. The skill +2 can just sit there for a bit. And eventually we will drop skill +2 in favor of, say, Swordfare, say, Lethality, Air Superiority, what have you. So, skill +2 will realistically be a placeholder. Quick Draw has potential to be on the moveset a bit longer because it is just raw damage when initiating. You can't stay for long, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Any little bit of time you spend in here is very much appreciated by me, so thank you so much for coming out here. It's skill +2, then Quick Draw, and then the promotion to Sniper / Kinshi, right. And are the blow skills, remind me, are the blow skills level 5 skills? Would we, in theory, be able to get them at the current level that Hinata is, or are they level 15 skills? That's what I always forget. Because I think... I'm really trying to think what the sequence is. I feel like... No, because Sniper gets Bowfair, and that's level 15. So they gotta be level 5 skills. Surely. Deathblow is level 5, Oni Chieftain. Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Okay. So, at the current level that Hinata is at, we could actually get Deathblow, Certain Blow. Okay, well... Here's the thing as well. We could reclass Hinata into Blacksmith for the time being, because I think that will get him the Oni Savage skills while still retaining his sword rank. And I think that's just the most useful thing to do currently, not gonna lie. So let's do that. Let's reclass Hinata to Blacksmith for the time being, with a Heart Seal. And then, I guess... Yeah, Look, his luck is already capped when we reclass him into Oni Chieftain. That's crazy. But Fate's Thinker Boy right now? Yeah, no, I am. I am considering what the best option is. I also cannot see Hinata because he's behind the fuck-ass parasol. But that's great, that's great. I love the Blacksmith class on Hinata. He retains his swords, and we can just give him the levels he needs, we can give him the skills he needs, and then we can move on. We can put him into Oni Chieftain, get Deathblow, and then profit, honestly. You're glad I'm giving Birthright some love? Absolutely. I mean, I love Birthright. It was my very first Fire Emblem game. The very first Fire Emblem game that I played, Fire Emblem Fates Birthright, and I still love it. It is very simplistic in its map design. It heavily hinges on quantity over quality, but by God, does it have some fantastic, fantastic characters. Hinata, chief among them, obviously. And look at this guy. He has never been happier in his life. We're losing some magic, we're losing some speed, luck, and res, but that is perfectly fine. Really, Blacksmith capitalizes on, like, all the best stats for Hinata specifically. That's also why it's so great. Okay, I can use the... I can get back the magic that we lost from the reclass, I suppose. Spirit Dust and some extra skill as well. So, this is not bad in the slightest. I think with 2 challenge maps, we'll actually get the EXP that we need to get Hinata the first Oni Savage skill, which is like, I think it's Seal Res. Better Birthright than 3 houses, to be honest? Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. And Birthright is an underrated starting point. Like, it's pretty simple in its design, which for more advanced players, you know, obviously, it can be a bit of a drawback. Me personally, I find myself being decently annoyed with especially the design of the late game. But if you want to get introduced to Fire Emblem as a series, as a franchise, then I feel like Birthright is one of the best places to start, potentially, since it is simple, it has all the quintessential elements of Fire Emblem, and it has fun characters, like, what else do you want? But okay, so, we can go to the sparkly spots, actually, pretty easily on this map, so that's nice. Let's see. What do we get? Found something good? Hairpin. Okay, well, it's not great, but it's all right. It's one of the joke weapons, obviously. Let's go through the forest. I think it's faster. The preparation theme for Birthright is underrated as hell. It kind of is. I mean, then again, there's a lot of music in Fate that I feel is criminally underrated. Even though it has the best OST in the entire franchise, undisputed. Okay, 25 more kills, guys, and we'll get Seal Res, I think. Huge developments, huge things are happening. I actually took 1 damage from this random-ass spear fighter with a sword catcher. Did Hinata steal the hairpin from Kagero? Surely. I mean, if you read his post story ending with Kagero, you have to imagine that he did. I hate to say it, but Hinata might have let loose a little bit too much. He might have gotten wild a little bit too much. But hey, that's the Hinata we know and love, and if that's what he wants, that's what he should get. Okay, this poor cavalier trying to get to me because it can't go through the forest. Well, not that far, I suppose. Hinata the Debaucher. Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose that is the canon that Insys has wanted to create. Pulled a baddie like Kagero and then still went out to party, to do whatever. To debauch, I suppose. Still prefer Tsubaki over Hinata, but definitely Hinata over Hana. 100,000 million %. Unfortunately, Insys does not think the same. Insys acts as though everyone loves Hana. Which, well, I can tell you, that is certainly not the case. That is definitely 100% not the case. Not to mention that Hana is like the least useful samurai in this game. I mean, her entire usability gets tanked as soon as one Hinata joins, And as soon as Ryoma joins especially, because Ryoma has the same niche as Hana, except he does it way better with a PRF. Hinata at least has his niche, where he is a defensive samurai, a defensive unit in Birthright. Hana is just like run-of-the-mill.
No chance.
Exactly, Hinata's not gonna die to a toothpick, unlike Hana. She would. She would get pricked by a toothpick and then toothpick, and then it'd be over, you know? One little puncture, it's over. Okay, huge update. 15 more generic enemies. And we got seal resistance. But we could keep doing the arena. Who's ready for the arena? Motsu? Do we trust Motsu with our pearl? Do I trust Motsu with 1 pearl? You know what? I've been giving Motsu a lot of shit recently. Let's see if she can redeem herself. 1 pearl. 1 pearl for the farmer girl. Yikes. Yikes. She needs to hit 4. She needs to hit all of her hits. Okay. She might actually be good for a bit longer. If she hits this... I did not yield. Okay, there you go. I always trusted. I always trusted. I never yielded. I always trusted. There you go. 2 pearls. Farmer girl gets it done this time, at the very least. Yeah, she's not going up against a spear fighter, though. I will keep this 1 pearl. Thank you, Motsu. Every little bit helps. Okay, time for Lilith's daily daikon. This is never going to change, by the way. I'm not feeding Lilith anything except for daikon. Because 1, we're never going to use it in our dishes. And 2, it really doesn't matter what you give her at the end of the day. Especially since Lilith does not attack in castle defense maps in Birthright. She just heals. Orochi's not getting an accessory. Ryoma and Hinoka. No, that's Tsubaki. Sorry. They don't have a support. Okay, that's a little sad. Alright, let's upgrade the mess hall. Okay, now we can make dishes that include 2 ingredients. So now, for example, we can make a dish that buffs strength and speed, and potentially a different stat if the preparer does it well. If it is a good dish. Alright, next up, for Jinya. Level 8 Pegasus Knights. Another pretty easy clap, it's gonna look like. Enemies are a little spread out. I mean, we've seen the enemy distribution on this map a few times before, I think. There's just 2 stragglers down there. There's 1 sparkly spot to the right there, so that's what we'll be going for.
I'll protect you.
Okay, let's switch, because obviously Aoi is not allowed to attack anyone. But Hinata sure is. The blacksmith kill animation with the sword is also... it's very interesting. I mean, I think it's the same when they use the club. They also throw it into the ground and then put it up. But, yeah. I mean, you gotta give Fates credit for actually having these really unique kill animations. And crit animations. Some of them are really far out there. I mean, I'm looking at the blacksmith class specifically. When you're looking at the crit animation for the blacksmith class, where he just circles in midair until he hits impact. Yeah, it's a very interesting experience, to be sure. Do I have a favorite Hinata ship or support chain? Dude, my favorite support with Hinata? Odin. Odin Dark and Hinata supporting each other is like a dream come true for me personally. It is the best combination of characters possible. I mean, as far as ships go, I don't actively ship characters. Back in the day, I had a crack ship between Hinata and Saizo, and that is purely because I did the Hubba tester one day, and they had 100%, like, affection, I guess, yeah. And the Hubba guy, old Hubba, he just said, whatever floats your boat. I think I still have that screenshot, possibly. But yeah, it's that's an ancient lore, ancient FatesFanboy lore. If you could pick any character who doesn't have a Hinata support to have one, which one would it be? Okay, well, Saizo. If there's any character that I feel should have a support with Hinata, it should be Saizo. I mean, then this would be the best game ever created. If Saizo and Hinata interacted. Personally, I would think it would be really fun if Hinata and like Ryoma interacted as well. But then again, I struggle to think of what they would really, you know, interact about, except for swordsmanship. I feel like that would run dry pretty quickly. Hinata and Saizo, on the other hand. You know Saizo's not taking any of Hinata's bullshit. Like, we already know this. Post the Haba tester image to the channel if possible. It's, if I remember, after this stream, I will post the image in Fire Emblem Fates, the Fire Emblem Fates channel. Which, incidentally, for anyone in the chat right now, we have a Discord server. I have a Discord server. It's called aptly Fateslandia. There's a link to it in the video description, in every video description. So if you want to join, then absolutely do that. We have a ton of stuff there for Fire Emblem. Well, mainly channels, but we have a load of great characters. I guess people, I should say, not characters. We have a load of great Fire Emblem fans in there, and you know, sometimes we do hero stuff. Mainline Fire Emblem stuff, it has unfortunately been on the back burner for a bit, but now with this run, it is hopefully being reunited. But yes, do join us. If you're interested in joining us, there is a link to the Discord server in the video description. So absolutely do join. Currently looking at a crisp 159 members, so if you want to be the 160th member of the server, now's your chance. Inazuma 11, Ace Attorney, crying over real-life football. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. But as far as Fire Emblem goes, there is mainly Fire Emblem heroes. I do most of my summoning sessions when they even happen at this point, because I have practically quit playing heroes. But I do them in that server. I did the original Hinata solo run in the server as well. So there is stuff being organized. There is stuff happening in there. So absolutely give it a try. Give it a look. Let's see. Yeah, now that Kaze is gone, I also don't have the annoying pop-up anymore that I have as support. One more map and we will get Seal Resistance. Which, is pretty dreadfully slow. At the same time, we can invite Takumi to our room, so all is good, I think. Did you want to tell me little secrets or something? Yeah, absolutely.
Are we through? I've got things to do.
Okay, Takumi. That's okay, man. That's okay. No worries. You can bro it out with Hinata, that's okay. You don't have to like me, just like Hinata. So he can get Sniper. Or Kinshi Knight. Sakura and Hinoka actually getting along, that's good. We are not giving Setsuna an accessory. Back at the arena, who's here? Easiest victory of my life. Surely this time he's gonna lock in. On Miyoji. He's gonna take heavy damage from this, but he's also gonna deal heavy damage. Yeah, he doubles. If he dodges, he's so good. Not quite, but that's okay. Alright. So that's one. Now, Spearmaster. You know what? Ryoma can take him. Watch this shit. Ooh, that's pretty rough. Ooh, that's pretty rough. Oh, that's pretty rough. It's a 42%. What are the chances that he hits this again? What are the chances that he hits this again? We gotta trust in Ryoma. Okay. One more. There it is. We gotta trust in Ryoma. We gotta trust in Ryoma. He is one of the best units in this game for a reason.
Well done.
Doesn't even matter. The first hit doesn't matter. The last few are all that matters. And the last few that Spear Fighter was not able to hit. You know what? I said we're just feeding Lilith Daikon, but I feel pretty good. I feel pretty roused after that victory with Ryoma. So, Lilith can have an Onigiri. Eat up, Lilith. You remember posting your Luthier sweep of Thebes in my server, but not much else? No, that's, I mean, and that's perfectly fair, but that's the kind of stuff we want to see. That's the kind of original stuff we want to see. Especially me, because I love Luthier. I may not like Echoes, but I love Luthier, and I love seeing people use him. And well, people do treat him as though he's a terrible unit, which is really sad. I'm not gonna lie, since I think he's one of the most interesting characters at the very least, personality-wise, in Shadows of Valentia. Let's see. Back to Fates for a bit. We could upgrade the lottery shop so we could gamble once again. We have not got a single silver ball. Those chances are gonna ramp up with this upgrade. Okay, Kagero, don't let me down. Don't let me down. Kagero never lets me down. The good ninja in this game, they never let me down. A free concoction, look at that. That is the stuff we want to see, Kagero. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah, like one more scout map. We will have the first base skill for Oni Savage. Okay, well, honestly, like I could try to get both base skills for Oni Savage tonight before midnight, which is about 40 minutes that I have to grind out scout maps. I feel like that's a thing. I feel like that's doable, especially with the Parasol, which just one-shots things. I think, however, for that I will turn off combat animations for a bit. How do we feel about that? Personally, I don't love turning off combat animations, but like, we have a bit of grinding to do right now, so it's just at the very top, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Let's do off. There you go. We have a bit of grinding to get through, so I would like to make that as painful, as painless, rather. If I wanted to make it as painful, I would just make Hinata and Archie as painless as possible, so yeah, that's going a bit faster now. So there, we can pick up that sparkly spot if we want. Okay, ruffians with javelins, and underdog, which you will also see a lot, just random soldiers with underdog as a skill. Beautiful level. HP, strength, skill, defense. Yeah, that's great. That's the benefit of the blacksmith class, is that it's really very heavy on those few stats. And I guess seal resistance. We get seal resistance, which, you know, great. Doesn't matter in the slightest, but great. Love that. Okay, so just 99 more generic enemies. Remember, Kagero might still have feelings for the solo Hinata. Ah, that's certainly a possibility. I mean, surely in any universe, Kagero would have feelings for Hinata, right? I mean, how can you not like this guy? Okay, there's the funds for our next scout map. The 545 gold. Oh, there's a meaty crit with the Parasol. Okay. Time for a training arc. Yeah. It's the only thing we can do to really get these skills decently fast. Because, as per the rules that I've set for myself, I cannot be initiating combat with Hinata as any class that is not the Samurai or Swordmaster class in a main story map. Okay, Surgeon, Res and Strength, that's good. Daikon, there's Hinata. If we wish to practice swordplay, Ryoma is back. There it is, practicing swordplay. Swordmaster versus Swordmaster. Okay. Imagine he gets a crit. That'd be awesome. Or imagine he just hits every 63 that he... Damn. Never count Ryoma out. It is just that easy. Blacksmith. I mean, Blacksmith, he should win this. He should win against the Blacksmith, surely. Okay, well, I say that. No, he's gonna win. He's gonna win against the Blacksmith. It's so easy, actually. The hit rates are, in fact, impacted by the weapon triangle, even in the arena. The damage, I think, not so much. Damn. Oh. That is genuinely hilarious. A 53% hit. 3% crit. And Ryoma manages to get hit by it. That is... Oh, my pearl. My pearl. No, my precious pearl. Oh, man. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. How could this happen? Great question, Ryoma. You fucking answer me, man. I don't know. Okay, Lilith, back to your Daikon. That is, well, it's only 1 pearl. It's fine. We're gonna earn it back with the next investment. Don't even worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. Ryoma... That is at least... That is possibly the funniest moment of the run so far. I'm not gonna lie. Fucking, this is supposed to be the Crown Prince of Hoshido, bro. Loses to a fucking blacksmith. A 3% crit. It's insane. Okay, what can we do? We upgrade the smithy. Absolutely, no questions asked. And we go for our next battle. Yeah, after that showing by Ryoma, I think Hinata is the next in the line of succession. I think everyone else has been disowned. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so this looks like Kodachi Central, not gonna lie. Actually, hold on. I have a question. What does the Raijinto look like in the hands of a blacksmith? Because typically, the blacksmith class throws the 2 ranged weapons. What does the Raijinto look like while being used by the blacksmith class? Not going to lie. I don't even dare imagine. So let's do a little bit of testing. You know, we are like the only people who can do this right now. So let's see what this looks like. I will have to turn on combat animations for that real quick. Let's see. What does this look like? Does he throw it? Oh no. Okay. Well, it's a little lame. I guess it's like the 11th sword, or yeah, I guess so. Okay, well, that's a little lame, but I guess it is what it is. I didn't expect the blacksmith class to get anything especially interesting with the Raijinto, but I guess they prepared for a scenario such as this. Yeah, that's okay. In that case, we're benching the Raijinto once again, but I guess it's like that's the same animation as the Oni chieftain using magic. That's what it is. Both of them have the summoning circle, and they both do the, like, that movement. I remember that. Okay, but let's get the, you know what? Fuck it. Let's get the Parasol back in here, you know? Let's get the Parasol back in here. Let's just crit with the Parasol. Cheeky 18% crit. It's not a crit, but by god, it's a barrage of Parasols. I guess it's also the Bolt Axe animation. Yeah, no, you're not wrong, Luca. You're not wrong. Okay, let's see. Options? Options, anyone? Turn off. Okay, and let's keep moving. With the Parasol. Boom. We one-shot the Diviners by this point, and the Dark Mage is just the same. Outlaws as well. Astra crit. Okay, yeah, it's great. See, like, the sound effects, they still feel meaty, even when you don't have the combat animations on. Like, I'm feeling these crits. I felt that Astra crit in my bones. Sparkly Spot. Hinoka Spear. Oh, Hinoka Spear is not bad. Might 8. Defense res -1. Tana Void. It's not bad. It's not bad as a droppable item. It's not something we're going to use, being Hinata, obviously, but... Let's make sure we can take out both of these guys. Never mind, he just does it. He just does it up front. That's awesome. Okay, and the last few guys are like the least threatening guys in the world. Especially these outlaws. I mean, the outlaw class already has like 0 defense, so... However, we have an outlaw boss, which actually... That means we're gonna drop something. We're gonna drop a staff or like a stat booster or something. That's actually... Speedwing! Speedwing is absolutely huge. Dropping a Speedwing from a random-ass scout map? Yeah, that's great. That is absolutely fantastic. That is possibly the best thing you could drop from this. Aside from maybe, like... I guess like a strength drop. But yeah, that's awesome. I will be using that immediately. Speedwing, boom. Okay, so that's 23 speed. Well, it's going to be a lot better once Hinata is back to being a samurai, obviously. Okay, the lottery shop. I'm in the smithy. Sorry, Saizo. Didn't mean to be here.
Oh, you're here.
Will you stream the finale of this on a Discord VC to celebrate the finish of it? There's a good idea. There is a good idea in there, Essex. I'm willing to consider it. Absolutely.
Hey now.
Ooh, 2 jade. Interesting. What can I forge with jade again? I mean, it's gotta be like bows or something along those lines, but certainly streaming the finale in the Discord is a possibility. I'm willing to think about it. But that's not gonna be for a while, so I guess I'll have plenty of time to consider that. Okay, so I need Hana to hit one hit actually here. There you go. Hasn't Hinata earned himself a cool accessory? He will have an accessory as soon as we have 27 pearls. Are we fighting a villager? Yes, we are, and a pretty bulky one. One that also does not have an HD sprite, apparently. Okay, well, Tsubaki doubles, which is pretty good. Tsubaki... Here's the thing, Tsubaki needs to dodge something if he wants to win this. And I don't know about that, to be honest. Nah, I'm gonna yield. Yeah, I'm gonna take my pearl back. We still get the 2 pearls. We miss out on the 4 pearls, but we have, in de facto, we have earned back our lost pearl from last time. So that's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna rely on a 69 or a 70 to be dodged. So just take back our 2 pearls. Not even, so no worries about that whatsoever. We do need Lobster Nata. It's gonna be a little bit, but we can spam. We can absolutely spam challenge maps. Like, that's not the issue here. Okay, more gold bars. We can start selling off these gold bars and the master seals that we have currently as well for more money. Azura and Orochi, they don't have a support, so that's not going to do anything. Now we invite Hinata. It's just that easy. We should try training outside sometime. Let's see what he says this time. Friendship hearts. This is a thing that we can do as well. It adds absolutely nothing, I don't think, but... Let's see what he has to say this time.
That was a nice chat. Let me know if you need anything else.
The classic. The classic. That's possibly the line I've heard the most on him, not gonna lie. What happens if you get all the friendship hearts without us supporting? To be fair, I doubt that anything really happens, to be honest. But, okay. So, time for the next challenge map, I suppose. We could upgrade something, but... Let's see, let's just scout like a bunch of random like scout maps. Get one there, Bottomless Canyon, Valley Settlement, get one in the Hoshido capital, Plains of Hoshido, Fort Jinya. There we go, 5 challenge maps, lock in. And they're all going to be very easy, they're level 6, level 8. So... Maybe small fry for Hinata, really for anyone by this point. And let's see, let's get the sparkly spots, like last time. Yeah, we're getting like 10 EXP per map at this rate. Weapon efficiency, or proficiency with axes, which useless for the remainder of this run, but well, I guess it's there. Also, ninja boss, does that mean... Oh, dude, we're dropping more and more stat boosters by the minute. It's great. A Draco shield on this Hinata? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's over. Okay, Astra on the random spear fighter, so unnecessary. But that's okay. If I manage to not kill every single thing in one go, well, Hinata will kill every single thing in one round of combat. But if I manage to not kill everything right now, I can get to the second sparkly spot, and I can get the Draco shield immediately, which... fucking massive. Okay, now the last guys start moving, that's fine. I just huddle up on this little island. 203 gold, okay, oh, that's fine. I guess we got like a sixth of our investment back. Let's take out one of these ninjas. And then the map should be almost over. Yeah, this is what most of this is going to be. Unfortunately. But it is a necessary evil. The grind is, unfortunately, a bit of a necessary evil. Especially during these solo runs. And I mean, if you have the opportunity to, you might as well. Obviously not to grind levels, but to grind skills to make the gameplay more interesting. I feel like that is as good of a reason to grind as anything. 3 fish from Sakura, absolutely huge. 2 quartz from Kagero. Azama wants an accessory, which he's not getting. Who is in the arena? Okay.
I can help too.
Aoi is once again pulling out all the stops against the Spearmaster. Okay, let's see.
Here we go.
That is rough damage that she's taking. If she dodges though. Okay.
It's my turn.
Dodge again. Never lucky. But that's okay. Without Gamble, she actually has like a decent hit rate. Is DLC okay for solo runs? I guess it depends on your rule set. My rule set, I'm not using any DLC. So we will not be using the Dragon Herbs. We're not using reclasses like Dread Fighter, which includes all the skills that come with them. So, okay, against an Onmyoji, if she hits the second hit, hold on, she has some leeway. She is just absolutely goated. Guess I did it right. There she is. Okay, 4 pearls. W. We're getting there. I think it's possible to get the Samurai Mask tonight. We are up to 17 pearls. And you know what?
Please, take your time.
I think there is a way to actually speed this shit up. Have we ever heard of the mineral exchange? You receive 5 pearls. I receive... Other way around. You receive 5 quartz. I receive 1 pearl. And we're going to be doing that a few times. So now we have 5 more pearls. So we're a lot closer now. We only need 6 more. Which constitutes 2 successful 2-round arena runs. So, pretty decent. Give Lilith some peaches. I mean, she can have Daikon and peaches. And if I'm feeling especially generous, an onigiri, I suppose. But yeah. Magic defense res, yeah, that's fine. Like, Lilith in Birthright, if you haven't realized yet, Lilith in Birthright is really more of a lightning rod than anything else, unfortunately, because she only heals in Birthright, she doesn't attack, like I've pointed out a few times, I think. Let's upgrade the Dawn Dragon, and I guess the Traveler's Plaza. But yeah, Lilith only heals, and she's, to be completely honest, she's not great at healing either. But... She is great at being a lightning rod, so I guess she'll have to do that. Lightning fair. It's true, lightning fair. Oh, the snow map, huh? Okay, where are all the people? Oh, they're down there, okay. Well, let me go for this sparkly spot up there, and then see what else is good. Let's see. 330 gold. Okay, not bad, not bad. Hinata's been very offensive in this run. He has been. No, he kind of needs to be. He kind of does need to be. Case in point, another crit. Barely more than a gold bar, it's true, but any gold counts. We do have to finance these scout maps somehow, and any bit of gold we can get is welcome. In my book. Okay. I keep bumping my controller into my microphone. I'm so sorry. I don't know how clearly it comes through, but I have to imagine that that you're able to hear it at the very least. Okay, is this another... It's another ninja boss, but it's not a stat booster. It's a physics staff, which is still good. We can sell that, I suppose. But let's send that to the convoy. I'd love an Orochi solo. Orochi solo. See, if you're able to solo the game with Orochi, that's pretty impressive. Because Orochi is... Like, I feel like she's not the greatest combat unit. She really... she gets really hindered very much from having such low speed. And like, she's supposed to be, I guess, like a magic nuke, but I can't really say that she really exhibits that in her gameplay. It's so hard to do, but she's your favorite Fates character, so the grind is worth it? Okay, well, in that case... Oh, hold on. If Hana hits both of her hits, this is really reliant on Hana. If Hana hits both of her hits... I didn't think I'd say this, but W Hana. That is 4 more pearls. One more round like this, and we will be able to buy the Samurai Mask. Oh, Lilith. Yeah, I mean, Orochi... Like, I always try using Orochi. When I'm doing, like, regular Fire Emblem Fates runs, when I'm doing regular Birthright runs, I want to use Orochi, but every single time, unfortunately, she shits the bed so hard in terms of performance. It is just ludicrous how hard she falls off. And it's really just the speed that does it. And like, you try to patch it up with like a good pair up, like a samurai or a ninja pair up for some extra speed, but it's just not doing it. And like, I would love to try to... Oh, Hinata's back. I would love to give her some more, you know, more of an opportunity to actually perform, but... You just have to exploit the shit out of the seals in the reclassing system? That's true. I mean, I guess... Does she not have a support with Kagero? You could make her into a Master Ninja, I guess.
That was a nice chat.
Let me know if you need anything else. The classic Hinata quote. Look, in a distant future, if that is something that people want to see, I might attempt a solo of Birthright with more characters than just Hinata. I mean, I've already said that I want to do a Sophie solo, which, well, of Birthright? I guess so. I guess that is the easiest route to do it in, to be honest. But in a distant future, who knows? Who knows? Perhaps the Orochi solo might be a thing. It is certainly interesting to try to do it with most characters in this game. I think that yeah, most characters have the potential to do it. Really what you need is just the Master Ninja class. So any character that has a support with Saizo, or with Kagero, or with Kaze is good, I think. Which is probably many of them. But let's see. Or I guess you have to be Ryoma, but, well, that's a whole different can of worms, I suppose. Would I make Sophie's mom in the case of a solo run with Sophie? Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like it would kind of have to be... It would kind of have to be the Avatar, wouldn't it? Because, like... well, actually, it's kind of a difficult question. I would have to see who Silas even supports with. I feel like Hinoka is typically a pretty good option. But then again, I feel like there's plenty of, like... there's plenty of upsides to having just the Avatar be the mother, I think. Corrin would just be the best mom in giving her a specific class to work with. Yeah, you can... I guess you could even transfer, like, Norian classes onto her. Well, then again... The Sophie solo, if I ever did a Sophie solo, which I would love to do, it's gonna take a lot more planning, because Sophie, of course, only supports her mum, her dad, and the other kids. Which, if it's going to be a solo, there won't be any other kids to support. So I think realistically, it would just have to be Corrin, who's the mother. Well, not necessarily that, because you can ace support, I suppose, with Corrin and Sophie. But it's certainly one to wrap my head around at some point. Okay, let's see. One more arena run. Can we do it tonight? Do we trust Rinka? Or do we want to put this on Aoi? If we win 2 rounds of this, we have exactly 27 pearls. Which I actually don't know if I want to buy the Samurai Mask with 27 pearls on the dot, because I want to save at least 1 pearl so I can make profit off that. But... I feel like we give this to Aoi, to be completely honest. She did us pretty nice in the last round as well. So let's do that. Master Ninja. Oh dear.
We'll teach them a lesson.
That's fine. That's not fine.
I'll take this one.
Oh. She needs to hit this last one really bad. Okay, well. That's good at least. I don't think I'm gonna go for the second round, to be honest. It's an Onmyoji. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. I'm keeping the 2 pearls. I think that means that after the next one, if we win 2 rounds, we could get the samurai mask,
Yeah.
and we could actually preserve 1 pearl to use for further investment. Let's see, Peaches. A royal blood user as Sophie's mum would be useful so she could use dragon veins. That is a great argument. At the same time, I'm reading Oboro Sophie, and well, I know from experience how amazing of a unit Oboro is. So, I very much like the argument of Sophie Oboro as well. Wait, personally, I don't think I've ever done the Oboro Silas support either, so... Let's see. What are your opinions on Rinka, especially as a unit? See, Rinka is an interesting character. She is a very interesting character. More so, she is a very interesting unit. Because when we really boil down Rinka, she is like one of the worst units in the game. Which kind of sucks. But what sucks even more is that this is something I had to learn from Momo, right? From a close friend of mine. People who are in the server, you will know Momo, obviously. She knows everything about min-maxing the Fates kids and the Awakening kids. So, Rinka apparently gives a negative strength modifier. Rinka gives a negative strength modifier as one of the buffest women in this game. How does that make sense? So that doesn't exactly work in her favor. At the same time, she is just really ass because she doesn't level strength for shit. Like she falls back, she falls behind really easily because she struggles to level like the essential stats really: strength, speed, skill. What she invests in a lot is defense. And well, that's exactly the point of the Oni Savage, I guess. But like, you gotta have other stats than defense. I'm sorry, Rinka, but you gotta have other stats. And I love Rinka. She was the first character that I married in my very first Fire Emblem Fates run. And I still really like her. But speaking of, go to number 2. But Rinka is just... No, she just doesn't cut it for me. She really just doesn't cut it.
Coming here. Better invite me again.
Dude, Oboro's model in this game is so cute with the droopy eyes, the big smile. Oboro's great, man. Oboro's great. Let's see, we got rice. Kaden picked up some rice off the floor. That's great. Azama, is he gonna laugh in our faces and give us more beans? It's certainly possible. Well, we got 2 jade, which is a lot better than a handful of beans, but... Getting a little Fates lore tonight? Yeah. I mean, you gotta share something every now and again. Okay, well... If Mozu decides to pop off, like the last time, hypothetically, she has a winning matchup against the Diviner. If she dodges, which she doesn't, but at least she hits, so that's fine. She has 16 HP, so I don't know if she's gonna be tanking much of anything, to be honest. Oni Savage, yeah, that is not happening. The Samurai Mask will have to wait a little bit longer. My first as support was Takami's skull emoji? Yikes. I mean, to be fair. During your first playthrough, did you consciously and actively realize that Takami and Korin are related by blood? Me personally, I did not. Then again, I was like 14 when I started playing this game, I think. So, I was at the ripe young age of 14 years old, and I don't think at my age of 14 summers old that I realized that Takami and Korin were in fact family. And even then, I don't think I would have cared, because they're just characters in a game. I have as supported Azura before. and I don't regret it, actually. Let's see, upgrade. We can upgrade both of the defensive structures now, the ballista and the launcher, so let's do that. Let's leave the useless prison for last, I suppose.
Is there a plan?
I didn't know you were younger than me. Well, I am 25 at this point in time. I think I saw it pass by in the chat that you're 26, so that tracks. I am 25, yes. 2001 kid. Carbol, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 100 Argentine pesos, I believe that is. How much money would it take for you to do a solo for Rinka, including the tutorial? Including the tutorial. I don't think you realize what you're asking of me here. If you're asking me to solo the pre-Branch of Fate with Rinka, I think that is unironically impossible. And I'm saying this with 100% certainty. Chapter 5 on Lunatic is impossible if you don't use every single character available to you at that moment in time. I believe wholeheartedly that map is so poorly designed that you will not get out of it without using every single character at your disposal. And maybe that's for the best. Maybe that, you know, adds to the, I don't know what it adds to, like the feeling of the moment, like the feeling of hopelessness in the moment. But I could consider a Rinka solo run. It wouldn't take that much money. I mean, the Sophie run would have priority always. Unless I was donated a very... no, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. I can't be bribed. I'm not actively steering for it, obviously. I'm not actively fishing for donations. So, if you guys offer me interesting ideas, I will consider them. And I just hope you guys will enjoy them. So let's see what we get from this sparkle. 267 gold. Okay. We're getting the money back slowly but surely. The investment is slowly melting away, not going to lie. We are bleeding money, hemorrhaging money. About 1,000 gold every single map we play, but that's okay. Chapter 4 and 5 are actually doable with a plus res Corrin. That is true. I will give you that. Plus res Corrin, which is something you will never do. Fair enough. You will never be actively picking resistance as your boon on Corrin, I feel like. But I guess that would be possible. However, that is not Rinka. And I think if you were to try with Rinka, you would break your head over it for about 2 hours straight and then draw the conclusion that it is impossible. Let's see. Parasol. Bada bing, bada boom. We are getting close to another level. I think we need to do about 3 more scout maps, so we need to kinda get our running shoes on, make sure that we keep up the pace. With the Parasol and the turned off animations, I think it's possible. Probably not before midnight, but I'm willing to stretch it out a bit longer, just so we can get there. Now, at the same time, we will have to get the pearls for the arena. Silas. Do I trust Silas? I trust Silas with my life. Against a samurai, lock in. All he needs to do is win 1 battle, really. Okay, that's good enough. W. Now we can breathe easy. Fire Emblem Engage Vander solo. Look, if I ever had to return to Engage, it would be to do a Yunaka solo and not a Vander solo. I hope we all understand this. W Silas. What can I say? Always reliable, good old reliable Silas. He gets us the pearls we need.
Finally.
And those are all the pearls that we need, ladies and gentlemen. For one very crucial thing for this run.
Oh, thanks for coming in.
Hinata will get the cost has gone up. Inflation has hit Fateslandia. What is this? Inflation has hit Fateslandia. What are we doing? What are we doing? Is it because he's not a Swordmaster? Is that why? Is it because he's not a Swordmaster? If he's a Swordmaster, it costs less than if he's not. He gets like a 10% discount if he's in the class that it belongs to. Is that genuinely a thing? The price changes depending on who's doing the counter? Okay, but like, Motsu was running the counter last time. Surely that doesn't matter. Huh. Well, I guess we have... what would the blacksmith use? Hold on. Does the blacksmith have an accessory? I guess they have kind of a mask, don't they, as well? Like, there is the... they call them mask. Tengu mask. I mean, is there anything? Pauldron, medicine trunk, fox pauldron. You can't even see it. Water gourd, bath towel. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. Well, I guess we're... See, because if they're discounted, they highlight. They highlight in this turquoise color. It didn't do that with Motsu, but it was 27 pearls. We all saw it. But I think... Yeah, it's gotta be... It's gotta be because of the class that Hinata is in now. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll just do one more arena run later. That's okay. No stress at all. Okay, let's get some more quartz. And let's not give Azama an accessory. Well, that just means we have to spend our time a little more efficiently. Lilith, are we feeding you? Of course we're feeding Lilith. Lock in. Gotta give Lilith her food. Yeah, apparently inflation has struck. This is this? I guess in a sense, this is racism, isn't it? The blacksmith race is being disadvantaged against the Swordmaster race. A class is kind of a race when you think about it, isn't it?
You may rely on me.
But well, what can you do? Now we have to scout more maps. Yikes. Let's do something that's actually interesting. Let's do Mokushu Forest. Let's do Sea of Hoshido. To Opera House. Okay, there we go. That'd be classism. Ah, classism. I suppose so. No, you got me there. I can always rely on the native speakers of English to have some kind of word that aptly captures my meaning. That's good. Classism. Fair enough. View map. Pair up. Boom, boom. And let's lock in. Not that much longer to go until we get Shove, I guess it is. And then we just need one more level up to get Deathblow. But that will be for our next stream. Certainly not for tonight. Because we've all seen how long this the grind takes for one level. You're not a native speaker? No, I'm not. I'm from the Netherlands, actually. So... Well, thank you for the compliment that I have a good accent. I appreciate that. I do try. I feel like it's mostly an improvised accent because it's not really British. It's not really American. I don't think. It's more of a mix, but it feels good. It feels nice. I am Dutch. Yes, that is confirmed. To be sure. Now, to be fair, we do have great English education down here, and we are from a young age actually prompted to take English classes. And I was lucky enough, I was fortunate enough to, in my secondary school, have a special program for Cambridge English, which is like an advanced English program, I suppose. British? No, I don't think I really sound British, to be honest. I think they could very easily pick me out in a group of British people, and that's probably for the best, if we're going to be completely honest. Is it worth going for the sparkly spot? Well, it would be worth it, but this ruffian really wants to kill himself on Hinata, so... Perish. Get me a bottle of water? It's true. We don't have to sound like the British. We have to drop all our teas. Ironically, the British would never drop tea, unlike the Americans. Am I right, fellas? Boston Tea Party, anyone? Okay, private quarters. Who is being invited? Hayato, Orochi. You know what? You're up. This one's for you. Let's get Orochi in here. It has been a while since I've invited Orochi to my room.
Lady Mikoto would smile upon our friendship.
I'm sure she would. Do I like the English language? Yeah, absolutely. I love the English language. I think it's much more convenient than the Dutch language, at the very least. Because in English, well, it's probably just because I've had more exposure to different types of media in English. But English is a very expressive language. There's a lot of concepts in English that you can put into words that you cannot in different languages. Of course, every language has something like that. In Dutch, we have the very classic Dutch word, gezellig, which is like it's a feeling of coziness, of being in good company. And that is, of course, something that you cannot directly express in English. But when it comes to a lot of more abstract concepts, the English language is just better suited for it. That having been said, we trust in Kagero for the last 2 pearls, surely. Kagero always performs. There we go. Beautiful. Spear fighter? I mean, might as well try. What do we have to lose? 1 pearl? She doubles. I mean, easy. If she hits all her hits, then... She hits these 2. She hits the I'm stupid. Never mind. I'm stupid. She needed to dodge one of them. That's okay. That's okay. No worries. Kagero has... She's not disappointed as I was too slow on the forfeit. It happens. My bad. That's okay. That's okay. We got some leeway because Hinata has not been leveled up yet. We forfeited a pearl, but that's okay. We'll get it back. There. Where's all our units? Okay, enemies are over there. So that should be fine. We can just snipe this guy from from the lower deck, which is pretty funny. You have to imagine Hinata just kind of underhanded chucks the Kodachi up there. It's fine. The next arena run, we're gonna get Ryoma back. We're gonna get 4 pearls, and it's gonna be the easiest victory of our lives. But yeah, like I said, we're very close. I mean, it's going to be 1 more scout map after this, so we will have 2 more arena opportunities, because the arena is very... Hold up, is that an outlaw boss I spy? What could this guy possibly have? Free stuff, okay. And a killer bow. Oh, and a killer lance. Hold on. I have some killer weapons on here. Interesting. I don't think they should be too threatening, to be honest, but I have been wrong before. Miss. No, I've never been wrong in my life, actually. That's a one-shot on the boss. Free stuff. Useless, but we can sell it, so... And there goes the last ruffian. So 1 more scout map, and then we'll get Shove. And by that point, it is just like 10 scout maps until we get Deathblow. Okay, Ryoma. Well, Ryoma's outside the arena, so I feel pretty bad about getting Ryoma right here in the arena. Okay, Kagero is back. Kagero is back to redeem herself. Okay, dodge another one. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Kagero might be on the ultimate redemption arc right here. Against a fellow ninja? Come on. She has the personal skill. She has the personal skill. There it is. Those are the last pearls we need for Ryoma's mask. Victory has been obtained. Kagero has definitively gotten retribution. Good evening, Yami. Thank you so much for joining the stream tonight. Sweet dreams. Catch you tomorrow. During the Inazuma night, most likely. Okay, Lilith. Time for your daily Daikon. Yes, amazing redemption arc from Kagero here. From Kagero. I hate pronouncing it in the American way, but sometimes it just happens. But that means that Ryoma's transformation into the most potent Swordmaster of this game is, in fact, going to happen tonight. So, let's see. Accessory shop? Buy. Tell me the inflation has not gotten worse. There it is. The samurai mask is available. And by God, does it look great on Hinata. That's him. This is, you might not like it, but this is peak performance. Peak male performance, in fact. And now it's 27 for some fucking reason. Well, I guess Azura just really likes giving discounts. I don't really know how this works, to be completely honest, but I'll take it. We'll have 4 pearls in reserve for if we want to forge any weapons. So there you go. Ryoma is no more. Hinata is here to stay. Azura, best girl for giving her a discount? You know what? Sure, man. Sure. I stand by that. Is Hinata here so we can see? No, Obero's there. That's fine. Okay. That being said, one last thing to do tonight. Doing this final challenge map so we can get shove on Hinata. View map is exactly what I want to press, actually. And then go back here, and then bada bing, bada boom. I don't think there's anything that's threatening on this map, is there? Beast Killer, Javelin, Hammer, Blast Lance. Yeah, no, okay. I think that's perfectly fine. Let me just put Hinata down here. Why not? With the Parasol still. The Parasol's been serving us very well, ironically. Or should I say, unironically. 3 more kills for shove. Who will be our sacrifice for shove? Rio Nata, King Nata, Samura Nata. That's 3 more nicknames to add to the Hinata nickname Bible, I suppose. Okay, Wyvern Knights flying over. It doesn't matter. 3 more Jades. The game really loves pushing Jade on us right now. Okay, and there it is. Level 11, Lock and HP. Not a great level, but we get shove. And that's all we still needed from Oni Savage. So now, I think it is imperative, well, this next stage is going to be a little awkward, because I think what's the easiest, ironically, is just doing a main story map. Seeing if we can somehow manipulate it to get, like, close to leveling up, but not quite. And then switch over to Oni Chieftain to get Deathblow. But it's going to take some planning, to be sure. Jade did get added to Fae today, I suppose. Or not today yet, but she did get revealed for Fae today. It might be a sign that I get her on the banner. That's going to be pretty tough because I am not pulling on that banner, brother. I was kind of waiting it out to see if this banner could offer anything interesting that might dissuade me from pulling for training, I guess, is that what you call it? Training Eiktharnir? So I guess at some point next week, I'll be trying to pull for Eiktharnir. Because, well, he is the demote, he'll be very easy to plus 10. Huge if true. Did I get the skills I wanted on Lara? Luca, I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I have not touched Fae in a solid 3 weeks. And it's been pretty great. I've not felt the obligation to play the game at least like 10 to 15 minutes every day. And that's nice. But okay, here we go. That was the last thing that we needed from the Oni Savage class. So next the question is, do we want to keep grinding with challenge maps? I think that is the main question here that we have to ask ourselves. Do we want to finish this off next stream? Obviously, not tonight. But next stream, do we want to finish up grinding? Do we just want to finish grinding for Deathblow? And just run through a bunch of challenge maps as the Oni Chieftain class? Or do we want to do a main map? And see if we can somehow get close to promoting, but not quite. Or close to leveling up, but not quite. When else would you do it? Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good point. It's not exactly getting easier to level up as time goes on. Seeing some mixed opinions, though. Main map, other people are campaigning for actually doing it as just another challenge map grind. Either way, it's going to have to be something I consider for a bit longer. But either way, we are in a pretty good position, I think, right now. We are in the prime position. Oh, we're inviting Scarlet. I love Scarlet. We're in a prime position to actually get Deathblow next stream. And we can buy a bunch of heart seals by this point, so...
It's nice to talk to to someone else who thinks about the greater good sometimes.
It's funny because Scarlet is voiced by the same person as female Corrin. One of the female Corrin voices. Imagine if the Fate supports were actually fully voiced. Corrin would have to talk to herself as Scarlet. Okay, well, we got 9 onigiris right now in the convoy, so we can give Lilith some onigiri, I think. But yeah, I suppose the question of whether or not we play a main map or we keep grinding on the challenge maps will be more salient next stream. We got Lilith up to staff rank A, which I think is the highest you can get her in this game. Now, we can do one last arena run for tonight. Who do we want? Fellas. And fellets. And people who do not fall into either of those categories. Do we bet on Setsuna or on Hinoka? What is the move here? Place your bets. Hinoka? Well, Hinola even. But Hinoka? Okay, that's one vote for Hinoka. Do we got any votes for Setsuna? Do we got any other votes for Hinoka? Hinoka 100%? Hinoka Gaming? Okay. Well, we don't have faith in Setsuna apparently, which, yeah, valid. Okay, I think the overwhelming majority wants to go for Hinoka. Come on!
Now's my chance.
Classic Setsuna miss. Okay. Well, I should say that when Hinoka also misses, when everyone misses their attacks, apparently. But there you go. Hinoka has, in fact, done it. No, to be fair, I also do not trust in Setsuna. I mean, she is one of the worst characters in this game for a reason. Or one of the worst units in this game for a reason. Do we do a round 2? Do we do an encore with Hinoka? The first answer I see will be my course of action. Queen shit? I feel like there's an encore upcoming. Hinoka Gaming. Okay. Too bad, Luca. You were just a second too late. Hinoka Gaming, all the way. Let's see if we get 4 pearls against this ninja. That's not a great start. But Hinoka can do this. She takes no damage from the Diviner. If Setsuna keeps doing her best. This is 100% reliant on Setsuna hitting her bow. Queen shit for both of these girls. Beautiful. Beautiful teamwork there. Setsuna actually hitting the 50-50s as well? We do love Setsuna, we just wish she were a better unit. I'm not going to lie. Okay, one last lottery roll with Silas. Silver ball, love to see that. Iron Club, that's okay. That's okay.
Many thanks.
Alright. My dear viewers, dear patrons of this stream, I will be cleaning up a little bit. I'll be selling some stuff that we don't need. And while I do, I must inform you that this has been the last Fire Emblem Fates stream in a little while. Because as I have told you all before, after next week, I will be going on my summer holiday for 3 weeks. So I will definitely be absent during those 3 weeks. Next week, I will have to prepare for that journey. I only really have time on the Tuesdays and the Thursdays, which are my usual streaming evenings. It's exactly why they are my streaming evenings, because I have nothing else planned on those evenings. But I will have to prepare, so I will be abstaining from streaming next week, which means that we will be picking Fire Emblem Fates back up after my summer holiday, which will be in around a month. I will be back on the 17th, actually. I'll be back to regular life on the 17th of August. So the next stream, I believe, that should put it at the 20th of August that we will pick this up again. But I hope this Hinata solo run so far has been a fun experience. I hope it's been fun for you to watch, to be a part of. I have been enjoying myself a lot, actually. It's really fun to see what Hinata can do on his own, even though I've done it before. It's just really fun to keep coming back to this. And I hope you guys have been enjoying it as well. thank you guys for the best wishes, for the best holiday wishes. I do appreciate it. It'll be a great trip, I'm sure. It'll be absolutely great. At the very least, my girlfriend and I, Yami and I, we will make the best of it. Absolutely.
Farewell.
Okay, but clean up the old convoy a little bit, and I think on that note, I will be saving here. And with that, I will be closing off tonight's stream. So, as I said, the rest of July and the first half of August will be pretty dry in terms of content. They will be entirely dry, in fact. But I'm glad to read that you guys have been enjoying the streams, the Fire Emblem Fates streams. I'm very happy to have been picking this up as well for the few past weeks. And yeah, all I can say is I'm very excited to pick this back up after my holiday. But for now, good call, Luca. Join the Discord server. I will be posting updates in there, most likely. Drop a subscribe if you haven't yet, because I will be doing these weekly, of course. And stay tuned for what's next. Great things are coming with Hinata, and I'm very excited to experience them together with you guys. So that having been said, thank you all once again for pulling up to the stream. I wish you all a great summer. If you are going anywhere, then I wish you the best of fun, the most of fun, the best of luck, I suppose I should say. Take care out there, stay hydrated, and we will hear each other at the end of August. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Have a great night, and goodbye, everyone.